This is 3 hours of the scariest SCPs. I guarantee you, you cannot watch through this entire video without having nightmares. I know from experience.
The alarm screamed, lights flashed, panic at the apartment complex like a storm. People rushed out in a blur, doors slammed, footsteps thundered. A family of 3 pushed forward, struggling against the frantic crowd. The mother kept a tight grip on her son's hand. The father led the way, shoulders hunched, clutching a duffel bag packed with their most precious belongings.
It's gotta be a fire.
The mother shouted over the noise, her voice sharp with fear. Her grip on her child's hand was ironclad as she scanned the corridor for a path through the panicked crowd.
Not just them, everybody.
Something's wrong with that kid.
Amidst a sea of fleeing residents,
Something's wrong with that kid.
Stood still. His
Looks like Where's Waldo?
A red
No!
striped shirt and a whimsical beanie made him stick out like a sore thumb.
Don't tell me this is a Where's Waldo SCP. I swear, Alec. I swear, you know I'm afraid of Where's Waldo. Do not.
It seems like it might be Where's Waldo if Where's Waldo was an SCP.
Look, this SCP's got crazy powers, and its best ability is its ability to hide. Just like who? Waldo.
You don't want to find Waldo in this universe.
Let's just say if you find him, you're dead. And I think this little boy's about to find him.
His calm was unsettling, his eyes hidden
You gotta be
behind
kidding
round
me.
glasses, scanning the crowd
just
with
gross.
an eerie detachment.
You got the same
No one
glasses
looked
as
at him in
Alec.
their panic. No one except the little boy tugged at her mother's hand.
I knew it.
pointing.
Oh my God.
Why isn't
He's
he
dead.
scared? Before the mother could muster
Nobody
a
else can
response,
see him.
the alarm choked off as abruptly as it had started, and a voice
Oh my
washed
God.
over the PA system, its tone
he's gone.
unnervingly calm.
False alarm. Please return to your apartments.
Relief washed over the
Whoa.
crowd in a visible
Whoa.
wave. Let's
What
head back,
just
the
happened?
father said, his voice still carrying an edge of unease. As the river of people reversed its flow, the family of 3 turned back towards their apartment.
I don't think it's actually false
The little
alarm.
boy
I
glanced
think that
over
was
his
Where's
shoulder,
Waldo.
searching for the oddly dressed man, but the man in the stripes was gone. Unbeknownst to the
That
boy,
kid's so dead,
a
bro.
strange wave began to ripple
Probably.
quietly across the wall behind him. Silent and stealthy, this undulating shadow trailed the unsuspecting family down the dimly
I
lit
already hate this
hallway,
video. Oh my
following them
gosh.
all the way to their doorstep. Once the family of 3 was back inside their apartment, the door clicked shut with a solid thunk. The little boy immediately went to the window, his little face smushed up against the glass, his eyes scanning the empty street below for any hint of the striped oddity.
If I was that boy, I would just go right to bed. I wouldn't be looking for that scary, creepy guy. Because in my mind, if I visualize him and I see him, that makes him real. But if I just close my eyes, go to bed, that means it was probably just all a dream and I can maybe get past it.
Well, I'm starting to think that maybe this is similar to Shy Guy, where if you look at Shy Guy, he's going to stop at nothing to come and then kill you. So I think that because he saw Waldo and found out Waldo's location, because you're not supposed to find Waldo. The whole idea is Where's Waldo? You're trying to find him, and he found Waldo, and Waldo probably did not want to be found, so now he has to kill the kid.
But the figure he was looking for was not in the empty street down below. What are you looking at, darling?
Oh my
His mother's
gosh.
voice
You ever
pierced
heard of
the
knocking,
silence,
Mom?
sharp and sudden, snapping him back to the room. Sounds of clanging pots and the rhythmic
God,
chopping
Jack's-
of vegetables filled the kitchen
Jack's scared.
as his mother busied herself with dinner.
I'm
The
scared.
domestic noises clashed eerily with the boy's rising tension.
Go to bed, little boy.
Slowly, the boy turned away from the window, his heart still racing.
Oh my God, Waldo's in the room.
No, he's not. There's no way.
His
Yes,
voice
he is.
trailed
He's on the
off,
No, he's
wall.
not. No, he's
still
not.
distracted
Say
by
it.
the images swirling in his head.
He's having hallucinations. I don't think it's
watch out
real.
for dinner, honey, his mother instructed, brandishing a spoon with a flourish, as if to shoo away his
She's a
lingering
super nice mom.
fears.
She has nice hair,
Obediently,
too.
the boy slugged off to the bathroom, the image of the peculiar striped man still spinning in
I
his
think
mind.
he's just having hallucinations. I don't
Make
even
sure
think
to
it's
wash
real.
those
Having
hands like a
nightmares
good boy
tonight.
would, his mother demanded from the kitchen. The little
No,
boy
Mom!
sighed deeply. Yes, Mama, he replied, his shoulders slumping with defeat. Even if he told her, or even his dad, what he had seen in the hallway, it wouldn't matter.
Nobody would
They
believe
wouldn't
him.
believe him. Not in a million years.
He's
The
so
little boy
cooked.
proceeded to roll up his sleeves
He'd end up
and
in some
twisted
mental
open
hospital.
the faucet. Water crashed into the basin, a mini cascade echoing in the tiled room. As he lathered his hands, meticulously scrubbing
God.
between each finger like a good boy should,
Where's this guy gonna
something
pop up?
eerie began to unfold.
Oh no,
just
not in the
behind him.
mirror.
The bathroom wall, usually so plain and
I hate
inert,
this, I hate this.
started to warble. It pulsed
Why?
subtly, the paint and plaster undulating like the surface of a
Whoa,
disturbed
whoa, whoa, whoa,
pond.
whoa.
But
Make
the
it,
boy,
Grandma!
absorbed in the
Make it,
serious
Grandma!
task of washing the germs from his hands,
Daddy?
remained oblivious to the wall's strange ballet. Turning off the tap, he reached for the towel. The wall behind him
Oh
was
my
now
God.
more liquid than solid.
Please just tell me he's
Then,
finally hitting
a
puberty.
soft, chilling
Please tell me that's the
whoosh
worst of
filled
it.
the air.
Oh,
The
it's a
sound
black
of
Oh my
hole.
God, it's Waldo.
From the rippling wall, the striped man emerged,
Daddy
materializing
chill, daddy chill,
silently.
daddy chill,
He
daddy
stood
chill.
there.
Wait. Daddy, chill.
He does kind of look
ghastly
chill.
figure with empty eye sockets that stared unblinkingly at the small boy's back.
He hasn't noticed yet.
As
Are you
the boy
insane,
dried
little
his
boy?
hands, his gaze remained fixed on the mundane task, unaware of the menacing entity just inches
He's really
away
washing
from
his
him.
hands.
Whereas
Just
Waldo
as the
was sick
striped
of
man
people
took a
finding
step
him.
towards the boy with a final swipe of the towel,
Nah,
the boy flicked
bro.
off the bathroom light, plunging the room into darkness.
R.I.P.
The mirror's
God.
reflection blinked out, the striped man's ghostly image swallowed by the sudden night. Oblivious to the close brush with danger,
Oh, he's
the boy
good.
skipped back to the kitchen.
He even
to
knew!
warmth and laughter
He's
and
good.
light.
He's good.
That
He
boy
sat
deserves
himself down
everything
at
that's
the
coming
kitchen
to him.
table,
Ah!
pulled out his notebook, and began to draw. His crayon skated across the paper.
Do not
tracing
draw
the
Waldo,
outlines of the
dummy.
striped man
He
he had
is.
seen. His parents, meanwhile,
He found him.
continued
He
their
found
culinary
him.
dance in the kitchen, chopping and stirring and seasoning.
They've been
creating
chopping
a
that
symphony
celery
of scents that
8
filled
times.
the air. They were too wrapped up in the task at hand to notice the subtle shift in the atmosphere, the way the air seemed to hold its breath, waiting. As
is
the
it- what is
boy
it-
added
what-
the final touches to his crayon creation,
No!
unbeknownst to anyone in the room,
killed
that
yourself.
same strange warbling wave crawled along the floorboards like a serpent, circling around the family. The boy's parents laughed over a shared joke, the sound a bright
Oh my
contrast
God.
against the creeping dread
What the
just
heck
a
is
few
that
feet
pot?
away from them. Then, a sudden chill swept through the room.
Oh
The rhythm of
God.
chopping
The parents have to
vegetables
notice
was
by
the
now.
most soothing.
These
The
are the
knife in
worst parents
father's
ever.
hands making a
Cooked.
Stop
consistent
cutting the
thud
celery!
as it met the cutting board. Beside them, the wall began to move like a wet wave of water was trapped beneath the
can't watch
surface.
it.
They're
Hate when that
cooked.
A
happens.
few steps away, the little boy glanced up from his drawing, his
Daddy,
eyes
chill.
widened with fear.
Quick prediction before they're cooked. I think this is gonna be like the origin stories of the Where's Waldo books, and the people are gonna get trapped inside of the book.
I think this is post-book, if I had to put my guess on it. I think that the books have already came out, and Where's Waldo is sick of people finding him in the book, so he turned into an SCP, and now anybody that finds him and confirms that they find him dies.
Where's Waldo gone wild? I like that. He's having a little summer fling.
Well, I would be fine because I could never actually find Waldo growing up. Those books were pretty challenging for me.
They were tough. Those and the I Spy books were very difficult.
Yeah, I Spy was tough.
His crayon so hard it snapped. Paralyzed with fright, he
Oh my
watched
God.
as the wallpaper's pattern began to swirl hypnotically, distorting into a liquid-like flow. The boy's
Did
heart
you pay your
raced. Terror
taxes?
clutched his throat so tightly that he could barely breathe. The boy's
told you
father,
not to
still
find me, little
unaware of the
boy!
nightmare unfolding beside him, continued chopping
know you
the
didn't wash your
vegetables.
hands after you
It
pooped.
wasn't until the boy's face
He's
drained
cutting
of
celery
color,
again.
his
He's making me
small
mad.
body
He's actually
stiffening in
rage baiting
terror,
me.
that the father realized
Everybody
something
asks,
was
where's
wrong.
Waldo? They never
Hey,
ask, how's
You
Waldo?
okay, bud? He asked his son. As the striped man fully materialized beside his father, the boy's wide eyes filled with unspeakable horror.
Dude, it's Waldo!
The figure
I found him!
turned,
I
its
found
head
him!
tilting curiously.
Oh my
as if
God.
amused
Nah.
by the boy's fright.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope. Burn the
no.
house.
Could
Burn the
only
house.
Lift his little hand and point behind the father.
There's gonna be nothing there when the dad turns
Still
around.
blissfully unaware, the father casually turned around
he
to see
can't
what his
see
son
him.
was so terrified of.
Maybe he
And
can only
there,
attack children.
Standing impossibly close was the man in the striped shirt and beanie.
Oh, the dad
the
sees
father's
him.
mouth dropped open to shout, to
Oh,
warn,
whoa.
to protect, but no
Oh, he
sound
can see him.
emerged.
Oh my god.
In a
my God.
flash, the striped man reached out, his hands finding the
looks like
father's
Slender
jaw,
Man. No!
breaking it open
It's
with a
kinda crazy
supernatural
that he's
speed
blue.
that defied human anatomy. The silent scream
What?
finally
He's about
broke
to climb
free from
inside
the
him!
boy. His
No!
piercing shriek filled the kitchen as he watched
I'm your
this
daddy
nightmare
now.
invade his reality.
Oh my God!
The striped man turned his head
is
slowly
like the
toward
scene
the
from
sound,
Kong.
his empty eye socket seeming to stare straight into the boy's soul.
Is he some sort of dentist?
The mother whirled around, her son's scream still
Wait, the
ringing in
mother's
her
still
ears.
cooking?
The wooden
Yeah,
spoon
she's still
was
cutting the
clutched in her
celery.
trembling hand, a useless weapon against what
They
she
all just
saw.
get frozen.
Come on,
She
wooden spoon
screamed.
spanky, do
Her
something.
husband's body was contorting violently, his limbs
Oh,
jerking, twisting in
goodness.
ways they shouldn't.
Punch or
Then,
something,
The
Dad.
striped man climbed
Little kiss.
inside him.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Screaming crouch echoed through
Whoa.
the kitchen. The sound
Wait,
of bones
what?
breaking,
Why?
a shell cracking open. Then came the
He's
yellow
doing it with his
liquid,
full clothes on.
Bro, what?
oozing, seeping from his
I'm
mouth,
telling you, he's gonna become his
dripping onto
dad.
the cold kitchen floor.
Oh my god, I might have nightmares.
Panic,
I'm gonna have
she
nightmares.
grabbed her phone to call for help, but the striped man was quicker. He slid out from the father's collapsed form. His body
Hey, yo, he
malleable
came out the
and shifted
butthole.
naturally as he
He
moved.
came out the booty.
Wait,
They
what?
tried
what?
to run.
What?
The boy bolted for his
That's
bedroom,
an
his
insane
heart
way
hammering.
He just did it for fun.
Reach safety, close the door, disappear. But his mother wasn't as lucky. The striped man caught her in the hallway. His hand stretched forward,
Gotcha.
grasping.
Oh my
unrelenting.
God.
Her last scream.
Is he gonna do
echoed
the
down
same thing to
hallway
her?
as the
I
man
think he's gonna do the
that's exactly
reverse.
what he does.
He's gonna do the
Oh my
reverse.
God.
He's doing it. No, he's
Wait,
doing it.
And he's doing it.
into
He
another
goes in her mouth.
ghastly puppet.
And then out their butt?
What
In his
Is that
the
bedroom, the little
heck?
boy
Yeah,
heard the
what
muffled
the
sounds
heck?
of struggle.
I guess.
And his mother's
my
final
new favorite
scream.
SCP?
Tears
Alec.
streaming down his face.
Insane.
He crawled under his bed, his small body trembling.
Dude, get out of the house. What are you
is proud
doing?
to
Found
find you.
beside his stuffed animals.
He's got Shy Guy right there.
In the background.
Scribbled on the wall.
Oh, no,
That's
no,
a
that's
statue.
yeah,
His
statue.
childish handwriting was
The
shaky
sculpture?
with fear. Waldo found Mommy.
Dude
The
doesn't
boy
even know how to
remained
spell.
hidden, too scared to move, waiting for a rescue that seemed increasingly unlikely to
Oh,
arrive.
that's so weird.
This
The
is
boy
so
held
Alec
his
as an
breath,
SCP.
hoping, praying to be overlooked. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by a soft,
Oh my
eerie
God.
popping
Oh,
sound,
no,
like the air being
You
squeezed
did.
out of the
You
room.
did.
I
The
can't
boy
believe he didn't
kicked
jump out a window or
slightly
something. Like
and
he
saw
just
the striped man materialize out of
house.
the wall right in front of his
Wow.
bed. Frozen with terror, the boy couldn't scream. He couldn't even move. He could only stare.
So
as
this
the
is
striped
definitely a
man
Keter
stooped
class
down,
SCP.
His face coming into view.
That's so
Where his
weird.
eyes
He's
should have
super
been,
flexible.
There was nothing but smooth,
Kinda looks like
pale
Spider-Man.
skin, stretched taut over the hollows that should have
I
held
wonder
them.
why his
His
eyes
skin
are like
was
that.
almost translucent, giving him a ghostly appearance that made the boy's heart race even faster.
Wow, well done.
The
Way to
striped
hide under
man
the bed and make all that
tilted
noise,
his head,
dummy.
As if curious, peering at the boy under the bed. The lack of eyes made his gaze all the more unnerving.
Is he-
as if
So
he were
weird.
seeing
Is this
in a way
legal to go
humans could
through
not
this boy's mouth and
comprehend.
out his butt?
His breath was a cold
I don't think
blast,
anything that's
Waldo
happening is
faintly
legal.
of the same sickly sweet decay that emanated from the yellow liquid.
Ew,
The little
What
boy
is that
pressed
yellow
further back
liquid?
under his bed,
I
his
think
small
it's like
body
intestines.
shaking uncontrollably. He knew he couldn't run, couldn't hide any longer.
Kick him!
He's
As
under
the
like
striped
a
man
hypnotic
reached under
state.
the bed with his arm, the boy squeezed his eyes
He
shut.
actually reminds me of Slender Man
His
a
tiny
lot.
fists clutched the crayon he held, as if it could somehow protect him. That evening, a neighbor stepped out into the hallway to do some
Ooh.
laundry.
What?
The smell hit him first. A sharp,
Oh, yeah,
Is he
you gotta
alive?
find
tang
both of
that
them.
made his stomach
This is,
churn.
this is a secret agent.
Then he saw it. The mother's body, grotesquely
Oh.
contorted and covered in bizarre, cartoonish illustrations, lying just a
Wait,
few
she's-
doors down.
What?
Her face, frozen in an expression
has
of terror,
Waldo
was
on
almost
her.
unrecognizable.
I was kind of right
Shocked
then.
and horrified, he stumbled backwards, fumbling for his phone to call the police. His hands shook as he explained the
That is
situation.
disgusting.
His voice barely a
God.
whisper as he urged
I wonder if
them
he's now
to hurry.
infected.
The police arrived quickly.
I think if he
their
finds
presence
Waldo,
marked
he
by
will
the
be.
flashing lights and the low murmur of radios. They
Please
cordoned
tell
off
me the kid's
area,
alive.
their
Please,
faces
please,
set in grim
please.
lines as they took in the scene. The detailed report they filed later that night
Oh.
pinged the attention of the SCP Foundation.
They gotta find out
known
what that
for
yellow goo
monitoring
is.
Such anomalies. Under the guise of government health inspectors, a team of SCP agents was dispatched to the apartment.
The boys in blue.
Clad in nondescript suits with badges that offered little explanation.
pretty much the Men
they
in
entered
Black.
the apartment with a single
Yep.
goal: to investigate and contain any potential anomalous threats.
How can you
The
find
team
that
leader
thing?
signaled for silence as they stepped through the doorway, their senses on high alert. The apartment was eerily quiet.
Oh my
The
gosh,
only
they're
sound,
rage
the
baiting with that
distant hum
celery.
of traffic and their own
It's like
measured
the 8th time they
breaths.
showed that.
Scan
Where's
everything,
the kid?
the team leader whispered, nodding to the agent with the biosensor equipment. The agent nodded, moving ahead to sweep the living area, where faint traces of the
It's
yellow
clear?
liquid still glistened on the walls.
I think it's gold. What do you guys
As they
think?
moved
Maybe it's
deeper into
pee.
the apartment,
I mean, I would
another
pee
agent,
myself if
the
it
team's
happened to me.
photographer, took careful shots of the scene.
Ugh,
As the tech
ugh.
specialist scanned the area with a device designed to detect
my
anomalous
God.
energy signatures, their eyes
Oh my God.
Watch your
widened.
back, watch your back.
It's off the charts here, he muttered.
Don't find him.
His
Do not
eyes
find him.
focused
Oh
on
my
the
God,
readings.
that's so creepy.
Whatever happened,
Do
it
not
was
find
highly
him.
potent. Suddenly, a soft, eerie popping sound echoed through the apartment, like the quiet burst of a bubble. Do you hear that?
What was it?
One of the agents asked, tilting her head. There was a faint
I think they
sound,
gotta just nuke the
almost
entire
like
building.
Hello.
breathing. But when she listened again, it was gone. Stay focused, the team leader barked, giving her
This
a sharp
thing is
look.
so deadly.
They continued, moving toward the
It's so,
bedrooms.
it can hide anywhere. It
That's
hides
when the
inside
team leader
walls.
felt
Usually the
a
SCPs
sudden
like
chill.
know what they're doing.
She
Like
turned
the
just
SCP
in
got
time
people.
to see a figure materialize from the wall behind
They're just
them.
as clueless as the
It
kid.
was the man in the striped shirt and beanie, his face eerily smooth and eyeless.
Shoot it!
Contact! She shouted, her hand darting towards her weapon. But before she could draw, the man in the striped shirt was upon her.
No.
With supernatural speed, his hands reached for
Close
her
your mouth.
face,
Close your
prying
mouth.
her jaw open.
No, 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 no.
Oh
Bro.
my God! They got the
Twisted his
SCP.
body,
They got the
contorting
Where are
SCP
the
lady.
other three
prepared to
people?
crawl inside her.
Shoot him!
Her body
Shoot
spasmed
him!
violently as he slid into her mouth.
Where are the other people?
Under
Seriously!
the strain of his invasion
Oh,
echoing
it's
through the
gross
apartment.
every time.
And
Her
everyone
eyes
else is just
wide with
looking.
terror
I'm never
reflected a
opening my
final
mouth again.
glimpse of horror before her face was obscured by his entering form. The remaining
this
agents
really makes me
scrambled.
Waldo is
shouts and
sick.
commands creating a cacophony of
He just does that for
desperation.
fun.
They fired their weapons as the man
There we
emerged
go.
from the fallen agent, his form shimmering like a heat haze, bullets passing through him.
Whoa, whoa,
as
whoa.
if he were
Oh my
nothing
God,
more
he's
than a
invincible.
wisp of smoke.
What?
He's
Another
literally
agent
translucent.
yelled,
Can't beat
but
this
it was
thing.
too late. The man appeared suddenly from the shadows, his arms
This might be the
unnaturally
deadliest
extended
SCP we've
to
ever
snatch
seen.
and pull the agent towards him.
It's either this or
The
Shy Guy.
agent's screams were
Or
cut
the
short
tickle monster.
as the man forced his way into his abdomen, contorting the agent's
Oh!
body in
Oh my
sickening
God.
angles.
Oh
as he
my
maneuvered
God.
through him.
Why
Another
does he
agent
do
tried
that,
to
though?
run,
Like,
her
what is he?
footsteps thundering down the hallway.
So weird.
I'd rather
The
him
striped
just.
man
Run
intercepted her with
faster!
horrifying fluidity.
That's gotta be one of
His
the worst
body
ways to go
stretching
out.
and twisting
Bro.
to block her path. With a swift motion, he unhinged her jaw with his hands.
This would make a pretty good
Her
horror
mouth
movie.
was now permanently agape in a silent
Yeah.
scream. as
You don't
the
say,
striped man
Jack.
climbed
I don't think I
inside.
would watch it. I would get too scared.
Moments
I'm
later,
already getting
she
nightmares
dropped
just
to
thinking
the
about it.
floor. Another grotesque puppet.
He's just
adorned
wrecking
with those
everyone.
macabre illustrations.
He's on a
The last
6 KO
standing
streak.
agent watched in horror,
Katie?
unable to move. As the man in the striped shirt turned his featureless gaze upon him, the agent knew escape was impossible.
Where is
In
the
a desperate
kid?
last act, the agent
kid is
managed
dead,
to pull out
Jack.
his radio, his
think
voice
so?
trembling
Yes!
as he transmitted a mayday call to the command center.
I still have hope.
compromised. They're all gone. The subject, he can face through walls, take over bodies. We need assistance ASAP. Help, he...
His transmission was abruptly cut off as the man in the striped shirt enveloped him, his body contorting as he
GGs.
entered through his mouth
Bro.
and exited.
Oh, I
through
can't
his
even
pelvis,
look.
That is so
leaving
gross.
behind yet another corpse marked with twisted,
Jadu.
cartoonish figures.
Look, you see,
In
he's
the
adding him to the
silence that
book. I'm
followed,
telling
The
you.
apartment was a
I was so
tableau
right.
of horror.
This is
Each
how he
agent
collects the book
transformed into
memories.
a
Yes.
grotesque testament to the man's deadly capabilities. The man in the striped shirt simply phased back into the wall, disappearing as swiftly
I
as he had
no
appeared.
longer
He does
like
not
Waldo.
care.
In the dimly lit
Waldo
room
does
of the
not care.
O5 Council's Emergency Command Center, the air was heavy with a somber tension.
So, for those of you guys that don't know, the O5 Council are basically like the top members of the SCP Foundation. They're the smartest of the smart. They know everything when it comes to SCPs. Some people even think that they're SCPs themselves.
Dude, it looks like they're aliens in there.
It looks like a Star Wars meeting
Yeah.
of all the Jedi.
Kind of.
Somber tension. The council members sat around the
Oh.
austere table, their
That dude's
faces
definitely an
gaunt,
alien.
each line etched by the night's grim revelations.
We're playing chess with a ghost.
Murmured the head of the council, breaking the oppressive silence.
Yeah, he kind of is a
Time for
ghost.
underestimating our striped friend has long passed, declared another council member. He cleared his throat and continued.
Whoa.
Henceforth, he shall be designated SCP-4885.
Okay.
Let this name be a reminder of our failure and our resolve. Nods of agreement circled the table.
They're not
as
gonna
the
try to
gravity
catch
of
it?
naming the striped man, SCP-4885,
They're just letting him chill there.
settled among them. It was a formal acknowledgement of the anomalous threat, a commitment to containing it
What
at
what
all
class
costs.
is he?
Keter.
We need a containment strategy that mirrors the unpredictability of SCP-4885 itself. One that's as slippery and elusive as the entity. Another member chimed in, sparking a torrent of tactical brainstorming. The result? Procedure Inveniant Eum.
I don't
a
know if that's gonna
masterclass
work.
in adaptive strategy, as intricate as it was desperate.
This plan will harness chaos itself.
The chief strategist outlined,
That's
pointing
definitely
to the
an alien
dizzying
right there,
array
Jack.
of flowcharts that now filled the screens.
36 Class 17 containment chambers, each a piece in a larger, mobile maze, connected not by fate, but by a cryptographically secure random dance of numbers.
Okay.
The strategy was laid bare. A D-class subject, chosen for his mental resilience, would become the unwitting lure, ferried unpredictably
Oh,
among
no,
these
he's bait.
chambers
They're
by an
using him
autonomous
as bait.
vehicle.
Oh,
No,
Each
poor
chamber
guy.
was rigged with a single
It's a
digital
game of cat
monitor.
and mouse.
Its screen destined to flicker with the live coordinates of SCP-4885, information visible only to those with the highest clearance.
Keep it disoriented. Keep it chasing shadows.
The lead
Are they trying to get it
strategist
tired
added,
or something?
Her voice laced with a mix
Or are they
of
trying to track
determination
its movements?
and the macabre humor
trying
that
to
had
track
become
it
their
and then
coping
capture it.
mechanism. Her
How do you even
eyes
track
flicked
a
across
ghost?
the room, daring anyone to counter
They
her
have the
plan.
tools.
They need the Ghostbusters.
Dispatched to the scene were agents trained for just this sort of pandemonium. A special task force with nerves of steel and not a jot of patience for
What, they're gonna
supernatural
they're gonna suck
antics.
them up in a vacuum?
At the secured
Yeah, they need to
facility,
bring a vacuum
they
or
prepped
something.
the containment chambers, each agent moving with the precision of a well-oiled cog.
What
in a
are they actually
larger,
gonna do? I don't
desperate
understand.
machine.
Check every seal, every circuit.
Barked the team leader
Come on, boys.
as they inspected the self-driving vehicle and its network of chambers. The D-Class subject was equipped with a tracking device and briefed under heavy surveillance. The randomness of his movement through the chambers was crucial to luring SCP-4885 without falling into a predictable pattern.
Okay.
Then, the D-Class subject was placed into the vehicle. The self-driving vehicle hummed to life, its path dictated by the unseen hand of the random number generator. The chambers lit up, one by one. This was a high-stakes game of musical chairs.
He's not even
that
controlling
none
it. Oh, that
wanted to
stinks.
lose.
He's just a fresh piece of meat up there.
The show.
Quipped another agent as the first location data blinked onto the screen, a digital beacon in the dark. SCP-4885's
Hello.
location was only visible to Level 5 personnel and those directly involved in the containment effort. Hours ticked
We've
by,
never seen Waldo
each passing
attack
moment
somebody that's
stretching the tension
constantly
thinner.
moving.
The agents watched, their eyes
might not be
flickering
able to
between
track 'em.
screens as the D-Class subject was shuttled from chamber to chamber, a pawn in their elaborate trap.
You think that's a
Then, a
Waymo?
flicker on a monitor,
Yeah,
a
definitely.
shadow within a shadow. SCP-4885 had taken the bait. The containment
got
chambers
him.
scattered
Oh.
like pieces on a chessboard,
Got him.
and
Oh.
now conduits in a circuit of confusion.
Okay.
Each transport adding another layer of disorientation to the
Waldo's
entity's
probably so
plight.
mad.
Okay.
Looks like our ghost is getting dizzy, muttered an agent. A smirk
that's their
playing on his
plan?
lips as he
Just get him
observed
tired
the
out and
entity's
dizzy?
faltering movements. The final chamber locked into place, a digital fortress now holding what they hoped was an imprisoned specter. Back at the command center,
Interesting.
the council watched the culmination of their plan. Screens displayed the containment chamber holding steady, the location data, a constant beacon. Is it contained? Whispered a council member, almost afraid to break the spell. Theoretically, replied the head of the council.
I
his
don't trust
voice
it.
dry.
That dude's creeping me out, the head of the council.
SCP-4885, the Foundation's own elusive version of Where's Wally, or Where's Waldo in the States. That is, if Wally had a penchant for phasing through walls and killing anyone unfortunate to spot him. Jokes
Yeah,
aside,
so if you ever see him, you just
SCP-4885
die.
does bear a striking resemblance to the character Where's Wally from
Yeah.
popular children's puzzle books.
Where's Waldo?
Characterized by its iconic red and white striped shirt and beanie. However, unlike
have
its
creepy
benign
eyeballs.
counterpart, SCP-4885 is distinguished by its paler skin and the absence of eyes, contributing to its unsettling appearance.
What does it want?
Classified as a
Yeah,
Keter-level
actually.
anomaly, SCP-4885 poses significant containment challenges. To safeguard the specifics of its initial discovery, all related information was expunged using an automated system to prevent any unauthorized knowledge of its origins. In terms of containment measures, SCP-4885 is secured within Class 17 containment.
So are they just going to basically just keep this car and this D-class personnel going constantly in this containment center to keep Waldo contained? Like, that seems like the only thing to keep it there is to keep it trying to chase the same person.
I thought they closed one of the walls.
He could phase
It
through
can't be
walls, though.
closed.
But yeah, he
that's
could-
what
he
I
could just
thought too.
phase.
But why do they close the wall then? Like, what was the idea?
I don't know.
there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like if they just keep the simulation going randomly, then they contained Waldo.
Yeah, that's definitely their idea. And then they're going to have to keep
Yeah.
swapping people because eventually that dude's going to die.
Probably.
The guy in the car.
I mean, he seems pretty invincible. I'm not sure what I would do.
These chambers are strictly regulated, with stringent access controls. No personnel are permitted within 100 meters unless absolutely necessary, under threat of immediate amnestic treatment and termination of employment, as mandated by the Ethics Committee. The management of
That makes
SCP-4885 extends to its derivatives, known as SCP-4885-1 instances.
I want to know why it does what it
These are
does.
monitored through an advanced AI system named FAR2.AIC, which
Fart?
has substantial access to CCTV systems, 80% coverage within the United States, and 40% globally. Should an SCP-4885-1 instance be detected, specialized
Is there-
Foundation
are they
drones
trying to say there's
deployed to
multiple?
discreetly relocate
I think
these
so.
entities
Oh
to
my
a
gosh.
secure location known only as Location I, the coordinates of which are known solely to FAR2.AIC. In the scenario where
name.
Location I is
Okay.
compromised or its secrecy breached, emergency protocols outlined in document Paint the Town Yellow are activated. This involves
never
the
said what the
establishment
yellow
of a
goo
new
was.
Location I and the unfortunate but necessary notification of death to the immediate family of the personnel involved to maintain operational secrecy. SCP-4885 exhibits dangerous capabilities, including the ability to teleport to any individual aware of its or its derivatives' locations.
Nah.
It can phase through
Yeah.
solid objects and is known to attack
It can
individuals
teleport.
by entering
This is
through the
almost
mouth
worse than
and
Shy Guy,
causing
I think.
This might be the
fatal
worst
internal damage.
SCP ever.
Yeah.
This
Actually,
ability
you can't
makes
contain 'em.
SCP-4885 not only a physical threat, but also a severe risk for information security within the Foundation. Thus, the containment of SCP-4885 requires a multifaceted approach, combining high-level security protocols, advanced technology, and strict information control to mitigate the risks associated with this
They have AI
unpredictable
versus
and
Waldo.
dangerous entity. All in all, SCP-4885 and its kin demand the kind of security that makes Area 51 look like a walk in the park. It was one of those Parisian mornings that made you think everyone must be living in a painting.
Alec, you're French.
Home,
The Eiffel Tower gleamed in the distance, and the city was buzzing with the usual touristy chaos, even though it was still 1951.
Mustachio!
But
we're going
inside a
back in
small
time.
Oh,
drab
it's-
apartment
Alec, it's when you
just
were
off
born.
the Rue de la Paix, a much less picturesque scene was unfolding. A very large man sat at his
Alec.
kitchen table.
Here we
that was
go.
nearly
It's Alec's
bubbling.
dad.
Shut up! Shut up! It went 5 seconds in the video!
Dude, you're
You
French,
made fun
you
of
have
me 4
red hair,
times!
and you eat a
Oh
lot.
my god!
This is you.
Leave me
That is
alone!
no, that can't be Alec, guys. That's got to be like Alec's great-great-great-grandpa.
Please comment. Stop the Alec hate. Good lord!
They love it, dude.
I said
Nobody's
nothing
coming.
today.
We love you, Alec. We love
Oh god!
you. Now let's watch
Buckling
your
under the weight of the
great-great-great-grandfather
mountain
eat.
of food he had managed to pile on it. He was
Gosh,
alone,
dang!
but it didn't seem to bother him.
Is this SCP
His
called a
stomach,
heart attack?
Round and swollen,
Gobbling those
spilled
glizzies.
over
Oh my
his
God.
waistband like a bloated river. He shoveled
He's
food
making me
into his
hungry.
mouth with a kind of savage delight, his hands greasy and covered in
good.
crumbs. He wasn't eating. He was devouring.
Oh my
This
gosh,
is the world's
Alec.
first
His
ever
beloved
mukbang.
companion for years, perched nervously on the open windowsill, watching the spectacle with growing anxiety.
He might get eaten
Its
next.
green feathers fluttered slightly
is this
in the
SCP?
breeze, but its beady black eyes never left the man.
That's a parrot.
It was almost like the bird was
You never know.
praying the man would stop. But the man wasn't stopping.
No one's gonna
Not
stop
even
him.
Close.
Dude, I've seen Alec do this at 3 a.m. in the morning one time.
I was gonna say, is anyone else jealous of this guy? This looks awesome. I wish I could eat that much. This looks like heaven to me. I think I want this SCP to take me over.
So far, this isn't an SCP. I think this guy just has an eating disorder.
He's got something, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, this is a life.
The man mumbled in French between bites, his mouth too full
was not
for
French.
coherent
Oh
speech.
oui, c'est la
His
vie.
cheeks puffed out like a chipmunk's. He paused for a moment,
Ça, c'est
looking
la
around
vie.
with a satisfied grin.
What's that, Polly? Oh, nothing? Well, you don't know
That
what you're
sounds
missing.
just like Alec's dad. I'm not even
The
kidding.
parrot made a soft, nervous sound in response. It fluttered its wings and shifted uncomfortably. It knew something was wrong.
I was gonna say animals have a sixth sense about these sort of things, so the parrot can obviously tell that there's an SCP, but this man, he has no idea what's about to happen.
Some animals do, not parrots, dude.
Yeah,
it's
parrots
a
are
bird.
stupid.
It's got literally a pea-sized brain.
I agree with
No,
Alec on
but
this one.
it knows. It knows, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, sure.
Why is it
Then
acting all
came
peculiar?
the noise. A strange, gurgling sound. At first, it was so faint the man didn't notice.
It's gonna explode.
But then it grew louder, more pronounced. The parrot's feathers fluffed up as it tilted its head, eyes wide in horror.
What's up with this
The
parrot?
man paused, his
It
hand
knows.
halfway to his mouth with more food.
Oh my gosh, one more bite.
He looked down
Oh my
at his
gosh.
belly, then back at the parrot, as if he had finally noticed something was
Oh, no.
off.
The parrot is judging him
A
so
low,
gotta go
wet,
number
bubbling
2.
sound gurgled from deep inside him. Unnatural.
Oh my
Imagine he
God.
just like lets out a
It was as
huge
if
fart.
A pot of soup was simmering
It's
beneath
not
his
gonna be a
skin.
fart.
His fingers tightened around the edge of the table, knuckles
Hey,
white.
we've all been
breath
there.
coming in short, panicked gasps.
Oh, big turd
He looked at
coming!
his own stomach. His eyes wide with
Go
dismay.
to the toilet!
Then,
Let it
with a
out!
disgustingly loud burp, the man leaned
Oh,
back in
there
his
you go.
chair.
Better
his
out than
hand
in.
pressed
That's
to
what I
his
always
stomach.
say.
We almost got it.
Oh, that wasn't normal.
He groaned in French.
Maybe the fourth plate of sausages was too much.
You don't say.
Polly, should I have a fifth?
The parrot
No.
squawked.
Okay, this guy's actually me, dude. Every time I eat pizza. I'm not,
Finally.
guys, I know that Jack and Adam joke a lot about me eating like all this pizza, whatever. It is, I'll admit, it's pretty true. I'll eat, I order a large size pizza from like a local place too, not some scrubby little Domino's that the pizza's this big. I'm talking real 16-inch meat lovers pizza.
It's big.
And I'll get through 6 slices and I'll be like, ooh, yeah, that hit the spot. But then those last 2 slices are eyeing me up like candy. And I just can't resist.
Alec will turn around to his inanimate Goku object and say, hey, Goku, should I have the 7th and 8th slices? And then Goku will say yes every time.
Its
not
wings,
too far off.
ruffling its feathers like it was trying to escape the scene, but no such luck. The man's stomach gurgled again, this time much louder. And then,
Oh, no!
the man exploded.
Whoa!
Just a simple
What?
cute pop. No, this was an all-out a twisted, gory fireworks display, splattering everything in its path. The parrot screamed, the word came out enough to process it.
This parrot's
The parrot
freaking me
shrieked,
out!
Its feathers
got belly
plastered
on
with
it!
pieces of human flesh. It tried to shake them off, frantically flapping its wings.
Polly want a
but the
cracker!
pieces were
Polly want a
stuck
cracker!
like sickly
Polly wanna go
souvenirs
home!
from a disaster movie.
Run,
The
parrot!
man was gone.
Polly wants to wake
But
up from this
the parrot was
nightmare.
covered, head to tail.
I
in
hate
his
this parrot. He's
remains.
freaking me
It
out.
looked like a creature straight out of a horror show.
Look away, Kevin!
Mon Dieu!
The parrot muttered, as if it could
I
even
said, "By
process
God."
the nightmare that had just unfolded. It flew out of the window with one final
Bruh.
panicked flap. As
Wow.
it soared into the beautiful Paris sky, pieces of the
Ew,
man's
ew,
flesh
this is
began
grossing
to
me
fall,
out now. What is
raining
happening?
down like tragic confetti. Meanwhile, down below, a couple, hand in hand.
Wait, I'm sorry to pause it again, but what even is the SCP? Like, what is it? We still have no idea. Bro just ate so much that he exploded.
Yeah, I think whatever the SCP is, it's got to be an infection in your body that forces you to keep eating until you literally explode.
So, but if the SCP is inside him, then doesn't the SCP also die?
Or maybe that's
No,
how it spreads,
look.
Alec. Maybe
Yes.
it's spreading right now.
Oh,
'Cause of the-
shoot!
It's like the Last of Us virus.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like in springtime when you blow on the what is it called, a daffodil?
The dandelion.
You blow on the dandelion and to spread it to spread the seed.
Exactly.
And it goes into the
yeah,
wind.
it could spread everywhere. So whoever gets touched by the stuff that's falling from Polly is going to be infected, and then they're going to want to eat everything until there's no food left, and then they all explode.
What if Polly also gets infected? And then Polly turns into a big fat parrot.
Maybe that's how Polly wanted a cracker started.
Oh my God.
Polly wants all the crackers.
Dude, this is crazy.
And strolled near the Eiffel Tower. They were newlyweds, blissfully oblivious to the mess of human gore falling from the sky.
But they're in the
Isn't it
moonwalk.
beautiful here?
One's just
The
gonna fall
woman
right into her
asked,
mouth.
eyes sparkling as her husband snapped a photo of her in front of the tower.
Absolutely.
He grinned, completely lost in the moment.
This is kind of what I
adjusting
thought
the camera's
diabetes
settings
was
like
when
an
I was like
amateur.
5.
A piece of flesh.
Oh
fell
no,
from the
I
sky,
told you!
landing just a few inches away from them.
Ew.
It hit the ground with a sickening
Ew,
splat.
belly.
The man didn't see it. Neither did the woman.
Good.
They just kept walking, kept
Okay.
giggling. They were in love, in
Aw.
Paris, and nothing
Betty.
could ruin this moment. Above them, the parrot
This
was still
parrot's
flying in a
freaking out.
panic, trying to shake off the remnants of its dearly deceased owner. More flesh dropped scattering on unsuspecting people down below.
It's a
The
super
newlyweds,
spreader.
still lost in their own little world, strolled into a nearby cafe. They found a seat on the terrace, basking in the late morning sun, the world feeling just right. They ordered coffee, croissants, the quintessential Parisian breakfast. The waiter smiled at them, and they smiled back. And all the while, the parrot continued its flight above, still desperately trying to rid itself of the disgusting keepsakes it had been left with from its owner. The parrot's
going
panic was now a
everywhere.
full-blown emergency. With one last act of desperation, mid-flight, the parrot plucked a blood-drenched feather from its side and, in a gesture that could only be
No, it
described
ate
as
it.
pure revulsion, spat it into the air. The
What?
feather tumbled, swirling as it fell, leaving a trail of
It's gonna
blood
land
drops
right
that
into the
scattered
couple's
in every
food.
direction like twisted confetti. 2 drops landed. One hit
Not the
the croissant, the other
croissant!
the cappuccino.
I knew it!
The couple, they were too busy being hopelessly, nauseatingly in love.
Oh,
to
no.
notice.
Don't eat the croissant!
The woman took a delicate bite of the croissant,
No.
as if it were
No!
the most sacred
Stay
thing in
petite,
the world.
woman!
No,
As her
it's
teeth
not
sank into
raspberries!
the
Keep your
flake of
figure!
buttery goodness,
I don't know if I can
she
watch
didn't
this.
feel the tiny drop of blood that had seeped into it. She didn't
Oh
taste
my
it.
God,
she
bro.
just
Oh my gosh.
smiled and
Oh
sighed.
my God,
blissfully
bro.
It's the same
aware
thing that happened to
of
Alex'
the
mom 20
bizarre
years ago.
fate The universe
Oh my
had
god,
decided.
bro. What?
What?
Alec, why'd you say that?
Why'd you pause it?
What do you mean, why did I pause it? What do you mean, why did I pause it?
It's just commentary.
What is
channel.
that for?
It was like, it's a commentary channel. I'm making a comment.
This is ridiculous.
Guys, let's all just get along, okay? This SCP's making us all on edge right now. We gotta lock in.
This is slanderous.
We should definitely move on. I'm gonna press play.
Had decided to hand her.
Unbelievable.
Eyes half closed, leaned back and took a long sip of his cappuccino.
Who's that guy, Adam?
The blood drop sinking unnoticed into the foam.
I don't know.
Perfect.
He's
he
my op.
muttered, savoring the taste. If only he'd known what he'd just consumed. The couple
probably tastes so
continued
good.
their feast,
You're dead. You're
oblivious.
dead.
Croissants are
They
better than
didn't
bread.
see the parrot still circling above them, trying to shake off the last pieces of their gruesome passenger. The couple didn't even notice the tiny bits of human flesh falling like sickly rain around them, splashing on
Why
the
is it
cobblestone
following them?
streets or landing
Is
on
everybody
random
in France
bystanders.
blind?
The city was too beautiful, and they were too in love. But all good things must come to an end. Their honeymoon had been a whirlwind of romance.
Are they about to go back to the
croissants,
United
and
States?
Incredible coffee.
No, do not
But
bring
like
that back
all
here.
Perfect things. It had
That's
a
why
time
Americans are
limit.
so fat, probably.
A few weeks later, they boarded the plane home, and that's when things took a strange turn. Something wasn't right. The couple,
they gonna
who had once
explode?
been wrapped in a
They're
warm,
probably
blissful
so
bubble,
hungry.
now sat next to each other in uncomfortable silence. The warmth that surrounded them wasn't the kind of warmth that came from love or
boy.
passion. No, this was different.
Here we go.
It was
Oh,
an
Adam did
internal
this one
heat,
time.
A fire they couldn't escape.
Come on, that's a story that you gotta tell.
I already-
Adam.
we already
You
told
gotta
the
tell
story.
it. No, but not everyone heard it. The people want it again, Adam.
Nobody wants
the
it. I'm
people
pressing
want it
play.
again. What?
The woman wiped her brow with
picture
the back of her
Adam as
hand,
the woman
her face
when we're watching
flushed,
this.
Her eyes squinting. She looked at her husband with a confused frown.
Do you feel hot?
He pulled at his shirt collar, trying to loosen it.
Yeah. I thought it was just me.
They exchanged a quick look, but neither of them had an answer for the strange
it was about
discomfort
to
hanging over
happen.
them. Their earlier bliss had quickly dissolved.
This is not
into
what
a
happened to the
dull
other guys.
unease.
Body.
A flight attendant passed by, looking overly chipper.
Can I get you anything else to make you more comfortable?
The husband smiled weakly.
Sausage.
Water would be good, thanks.
She nodded and returned a few moments later, placing napkins and water in front of
There
them.
better be ice in
There
that
you go.
cup, or
Anything
I would
else?
slap her.
The woman shook her head,
What?
trying to smile.
Just kidding,
Trying to
Adam.
look happy and grateful, but the sweat on her brow told a different story. The flight attendant walked away. With every passing moment, the couple just felt worse.
All right, drink the
The
water.
heat was growing.
So wait, I'm kind of curious, like you were saying, Adam. When does it turn from sickness into I need to eat everything on God's green earth? When does that switch happen?
I don't know. Maybe it's the air pressure. Maybe this isn't even a symptom of the SCP.
I'm just now realizing too. Jack, you think is Adam wearing a bra right now? What is he wearing?
That has nothing to do with the video.
I think it's maybe it's like a handbag that you take to the grocery store.
You talk about what the people want to see and hear. This is what the people want. You think I want to wear
Bananas
this?
in there.
People want
No,
this.
you chose to put that on. You
People,
chose to
I
sit in
didn't
that
choose
chair.
anything. People decide. I posted a community poll.
Adam, you can wear clothes. We're gonna get views even if you wear clothes. It's okay.
No, it's 2025. I have to show shoulder, or we're not going to get clicks.
You don't need to have a nip slip, Adam.
Adam is showing off
It's
his
okay.
trapezoids.
I'm trying to get us to 10 million subs, guys.
Guys, comment down below. Bra or no bra for Adam?
Please, bra. I mean, no bra. Put clothes on, Adam.
No, bro, I'm taking it off.
growing, crawling up from their stomachs to their heads. The plane had become an oven, the air too thick to breathe, yet there was no obvious reason for it.
Maybe the plane's just too hot.
The husband muttered, pulling at his collar again.
Is he gonna
He
jump
reached
off?
for the water, but it didn't help. It didn't do anything. Nothing helped. Not the
Yeah, what
water,
is about
not
to
the
happen?
napkins, not even the air
Try
conditioning.
food.
When they finally made it back home,
Oh, they
things
made it.
took an even stranger,
That was
more
easy.
unnerving turn. It wasn't immediate. Nothing
Go
ever
ahead.
is. But after a few weeks,
Oh,
the
wait.
couple's
Oh my God.
appetites
Oh, here we
had
go.
become a bottomless
Okay, so
pit.
a couple weeks
It
went
wasn't
by.
just the usual
This is like from
vacation
Spirited Away
cravings.
when they turn into
No,
pigs.
this was different.
So wait, I'm starting to think that the SCP is probably inside of their gut, right? It's like some sort of parasite that just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it explodes out and we just didn't see what came out of the giant guy. There's probably some creature that was growing inside of him because he was pregnant with it.
You know, if you have worms, not that like I've ever had worms before, I haven't. But if you do, it does make you want to eat a lot more because the worms actually eat the food that you eat. So it's kind of like that.
Same idea exactly, except this thing will
Adam,
explode.
don't look at me like that.
You should keep those stories to yourself, Alec.
I know, I said that never happened to me.
You know too
No
much
more
about
story
worms.
times.
You know way too much about worms and not
I've
have had
never
it.
had worms
Nobody
before.
goes and looks up worm facts for fun. Only people that had it and need medical assistance look that up.
Alec has had worms. Adam has pooped on a plane door. It happens to everybody, guys.
They found themselves standing in front of the fridge at all hours, just staring at it like zombies. They opened the door, peered inside, and started eating
This is
without
literally me
thinking.
and Alec at 1
It was like
a.m.
a primal instinct had taken over. Suddenly, nothing else mattered. Nothing but the gnawing hunger that called
These are like
at
the
them from
parents in
inside.
Spirited Away.
Two mouths wide open, eyes glazed over. They
just said
devoured whatever they could find. Leftovers from last night's dinner, half-empty jars of pickles, cheese that was maybe a week past its expiration
Gotta
date.
go grocery
It didn't
shopping.
matter. If it was edible,
that is you
it was
guys.
fair game. The
Alec and
fridge
Adam eat
became
raw
their
food
new
all the
best
time,
friend.
and expired
They
food.
just couldn't stop. One evening, the tension finally bubbled over. The last piece of
Oh my
chicken,
God, they're gonna kill
sitting
each
there
other.
on the dinner table like a cruel temptation,
what-
was just waiting for them to fight over.
Do you think the guy will get so hungry that he'll literally eat the girl?
Do you guys think they'll split it, kill each other, or put it up there? No.
Guys, this is more Beck Bros, not Dora the Explorer, okay?
Can you guys find Adam's nose? You found it.
I'm
Muy
pressing play. I'm
gracias.
pressing play. This is ridiculous.
Is Adam wearing a bra?
It's playing!
They both reached for
Let's
it
check
at the
the
same
map.
time. Their hands met in midair, fingers brushing like some sad.
Oh,
twisted
they're gonna fight
dance.
over it.
No, I was gonna eat that.
The wife screeched,
Oh, snap.
her voice high with the desperation
Hit her!
she was
Come
too
on,
embarrassed
hit
to
her!
admit.
Be a gentleman.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
The husband shot back,
Oh, snap!
grabbing the chicken and pulling
Oh,
it closer
no.
to his plate.
Backhand!
I
You
saw
shouldn't have
This
done
is
that,
Adam and
buddy.
his
The
girlfriend.
fight didn't even make sense. They were
No,
both stuffed
no, Alec,
with the
no
chicken.
violence.
That
1-2
sad
McGregor,
last
3-4
little piece
Mayweather.
was like some kind of sacred prize.
Why don't we just split it,
Their
guys?
first fight wasn't about anything important, just food. Yet it felt like everything. Voices rose, tempers flared, the argument
guys
spiraled
hearing
into
voices?
a mess of accusations
Yeah,
and
they're
ridiculous
talking.
claims. At some point, it all became a blur, like two animals fighting over the last morsel of meat from a hunt.
Two bananas
And then
fighting over
the wife
a banana.
snapped. Without warning, she stormed to the kitchen, slamming the refrigerator door open.
Fine.
She shouted, her face twisted in anger.
I'll just make myself my own dinner.
She pulled out
Oh,
an entire
yo!
chicken from the fridge like it was the last
Why are they
supper.
fighting over a wing? They
Without
have the whole
thinking,
chicken.
She set it on the counter and began to prepare it, cutting it up with a feverish, almost violent energy. The husband sat at the table, shocked for a moment. His hand reached for the last piece of chicken on his plate, then dropped it. Something nudged it out of his daze.
He dropped
With a
it?
slight chuckle, he walked into the kitchen and smiled at his wife.
Well, look at that. Our first fight. This will be a good story to tell the grandkids, huh?
But the wife wasn't having it. Not now. Not when she was starving.
Oh,
practically
she
Silent
shaking
has a
with
treatment.
knife.
hunger.
Are you serious?
Oh, God.
Her face flushed.
Can't you see I'm starving? What's wrong with you?
She shoved him away, as if his presence was
I
the
don't
last
think I ever
thing she
want a
needed.
girlfriend.
You ate the last piece. You don't understand.
Her breath was quick, sharp, her entire being focused on one thing. Food.
I'm so scared.
More food.
I'm so
The
scared.
husband backed off, his attempt at humor falling flat.
Hey, I didn't mean to.
Wait, is he
But
not
she didn't
infected?
listen. The absurdity
I
of
think
it
he
all
is.
was lost
She's
on
more
her.
infected.
The argument was ridiculous, yes, but her hunger was something
Women,
else
Adam.
entirely. Something very real. She finished cooking the chicken, her hands trembling with frustration.
Just kidding.
as she
She's
piled
going
her
bare
plate
hands
high.
with the chicken.
The husband, too stunned to say anything else, just stood
That's gotta
there in
be
the kitchen
hot.
doorway, watching the woman he'd married devour an entire meal like it was the last one she'd ever had.
This is when he knew
And
she
for
was the
some
one.
reason, it
That's
felt
pretty
like
attractive.
it was. The tension didn't let up. It built, like the slow burn of a fire that nobody notices until the whole house
Oh,
is
she's gonna
engulfed.
explode.
Several weeks later, the wife's sister showed up, expecting a warm welcome and stories of their romantic Parisian adventure.
look like twins.
She had visions of croissants and Eiffel Tower photos, of love-filled conversations and laughter. But when she walked through that door, she found something else entirely.
She's gonna think she's
The
pregnant.
couple was different. They
Obesity!
were, for lack of a better word, bigger. Sure, they
They
had
did that
gained
over, like,
weight,
a few
but it wasn't
weeks.
just that. Their once cheerful, carefree energy had transformed into something less endearing,
This is actually really
something
scary.
raw, something
The American
aggressive,
dream.
something hungry. The wife was sitting at the kitchen table, elbows deep in
What's she even
in
eating?
a tub of
1,
peanut
2,
butter,
3, 4
dipping a
chins.
spoon in it like it was
tub
her
of peanut
job.
butter with a
Her
spoon?
eyes
They
were
don't even
glassy,
look the same.
and she was making
Okay, I gotta be honest here, guys. I have done that before. Jack has seen me do that before. If you've never taken just like a tub of peanut butter and just taken a spoon and eaten half of it, you've never lived before. I don't condone it. I wouldn't say it's a good thing to do. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just saying, at some point in your life, just maybe give it a shot.
It's even better with Nutella sometimes.
Don't double dip though unless you own the peanut butter.
I double dip with my fingers.
You're like
He's not
a
even
monkey.
kidding. He's disgusting.
Alec has been infected with this SCP multiple times.
Yes, he's done that with my peanut butter too. It's mine, and then he puts it back like nothing happened. Like I
I'm
watched
the
him do
only
it,
one. I'm the only one that's ever beaten this SCP.
and it's still getting you right now.
This might be you as an SCP.
It's a war, constant war every day.
You guys live together in harmony.
strange, content noises, as if she were in a trance. Her husband was
Oh my
pacing,
God.
his hand constantly
Dude, is that
moving to his
Nikocado?
mouth, shoving
It looks like the
crackers
dude from
into
the
it like his
Minecraft
life
movie.
depended on it. Every so often, he'd stop, wipe his mouth, and glance at the fridge like it was a secret lover he couldn't quit.
Hey yo.
The sister, standing in the doorway, had the kind of expression you'd expect when you've just walked into
Nope,
a
that's
crime
not politically
scene.
correct. You can't make that face anymore.
She muttered under her breath before forcing a smile.
You guys look amazing. How's everything been?
Wow.
Didn't have to
Wife
do all
didn't
that.
look up. She just
look
took another
amazing.
spoonful of peanut butter and without even chewing, mumbled.
Great.
The husband paused in his pacing.
Yeah, great. If you're starving all the time.
The sister, feeling awkward, shuffled into the living room,
I don't
eyeing
even
the
know what I
couple
would do.
as if they might attack at any moment.
So, Paris, huh? How was it? Any fun stories?
The wife lifted her head, crumbs falling from her mouth.
Stories? Oh, sure. A lot of stories. But we've been busy.
She licked some peanut butter off the lid, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. The sister, trying to make small talk, glanced at her.
I've done that.
You look different. Have you
Not that weird.
been eating well?
The wife narrowed her eyes.
Oh,
The
he shouldn't have
sister
said that.
stammered, her
Oh
eyes
my
flicking
gosh.
to the husband for support.
She's starting to
He
look
was
more and
too
more
busy
like
with his
Queso.
crackers, looking completely uninterested in helping her out. She looked back at the wife, who had somehow now managed to finish an entire jar
Hey,
of
yo!
peanut butter.
That's impressive.
Are you pregnant?
There was an uncomfortable pause.
Is he pregnant?
Excuse me?
The wife snapped, standing up so suddenly that the chair scraped loudly
Ah,
against
she
the
shouldn't have
floor.
said that.
Pregnant? Are you calling me fat?
Catfight!
Oh,
Sister
God.
froze, her face
Abort!
turning beet
Abort!
red.
We will.
Get out of there! You cannot run her.
With the, size change, maybe you had a bun in the oven?
It's going down. It's
There
going
was a
down.
silence so thick.
A bun in
She's
the
got-
oven.
she's
She's
got a
got
couple buns.
100.
The wife
She's got
stopped
100
from
buns.
shock to
She ate them
rage.
all for
A
breakfast.
bun?
She's
You
got
think
3 buns
I've got
hiding
a
under that
bun
chin.
in the oven?
She spat the
You think I have a bun in the oven?
Yeah, we
She
heard
might
her.
eat
What
her
do you-
sister.
I just thought it was funny.
Do you guys think if this SCP infected Queso and he exploded, would the world survive?
Yeah.
I think so. But a lot of people are getting infected.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a level 8 earthquake about to happen when this lady starts running at her sister. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Guys,
Everybody brace yourself.
Oh my gosh, Alec. That's so funny.
She spat the words out like they were poisonous. The husband, completely unfazed, shrugged.
What's wrong with a bun? We all need a bun.
The
The
husband's
sister
kind of chill.
was now
to be
regretting
honest.
every word she'd ever spoken in her life. She took a small step back,
Her whole
trying
life?
to hide behind the doorframe.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just...
Before she could finish, the wife stormed
Oh,
past her
God!
into the kitchen.
I'm starving.
Titan!
She
Class
muttered,
3 Titan!
practically kicking open the pantry door.
There's never enough food in this house.
Meanwhile, across the street, an elderly neighbor had been watching the whole exchange through
Oh
her
my
window.
gosh.
Her old eyes narrowed with a smirk with the unfolding scene. She'd been watching
going
She's a,
on
she's a
over
peeping
there?
granny.
Parents moved in. She had a perfect view of their kitchen
Mind your
and
business,
living room.
Granny.
She'd seen everything.
Kathy's
The
getting
endless
some
trips
weight,
to the
huh?
fridge, the food hoarding,
call the cops on
strange
that?
stares.
We got 2
Peered through
people.
the curtains, one hand on her
Eating
chin like she was observing a
lot.
wildlife documentary.
Oh my.
She muttered with a grin.
It's getting worse.
Back inside the house, things
Good
were
comms,
escalating.
Granny.
The husband, looking confused and defeated, started rummaging through the
Is he playing
pantry like he
peekaboo?
was looking for the Holy Grail.
He's turning into a
Where's
cat.
the last box of cereal?
He muttered, as if he hadn't just eaten an entire pizza an hour ago. The wife, now holding a frying pan, turned around.
Oh,
What
that's
are you
good
doing?
you know on there.
She
It's so
demanded.
good.
This is my meal. Don't even think about it.
The sister, realizing she was clearly out of her depth, tried to make a quick exit. She grabbed her purse and made her way to the door, but not before the wife shot her a look so cold it felt like a punch to the gut. The husband didn't even acknowledge the sister as she rushed out the door.
Oh my god.
He was too busy rifling through the junk drawer in search of something, anything to eat.
What the?
As the door slammed
Scissors?
shut behind her, the elderly neighbor, still watching from across the street, leaned back in her chair, content. She took a slow
She's
sip
loving
of her
it.
tea.
She's watching a nature
The honeymoon's
documentary.
over.
She said with a smirk.
Let's see how long they last now.
Later
Okay,
that night,
she's
the
crazy.
inevitable came,
That's
and it
crazy.
came with a ferocity that no one, least of all the couple, could have anticipated. The wife was sitting at the
Bro.
kitchen table. She was halfway through a bowl of leftover pasta. She slurped down the spaghetti, not even bothering to chew properly. Her
Oh, yeah.
eyes were distant, glazed over,
Time to
consumed by this
explode.
insatiable hunger that had long passed the point of normalcy. Then it happened. A
No.
low,
God.
gurgling noise erupted from deep within her. The sound was grotesque, like something was boiling inside her, just waiting to escape. Her body stiffened, and for a moment, her eyes locked onto the plate in front of her, as if she thought it might save her. But it was too late. Her chest heaved, her face contorted in agony, and with a horrific, unearthly pop, her body exploded.
Why do I
It
feel like
wasn't
the husband's
balloon
about to start
popping.
eating her?
No, it was a
Wee
full-on
woo, wee
eruption.
woo.
Flesh,
Clean up
blood,
on aisle
and half
4. I wonder if
digested
the old
pasta
bat saw that.
splattered across the room in every direction. The force was so powerful
Ew,
that
dude.
the walls were splattered with pieces of her body, and the table was flipped over
I
in
can't
the
even
chaos.
look. This is
For a
disgusting.
moment, there was only silence. Then, the
Oh my
husband,
God.
who had been sitting across the table, froze. His eyes, wide and glassy, stared
If
at
he
the
keeps
empty
eating,
space
bro, I
where his
swear.
wife had been.
He has
His
to.
mouth still open, the spoon hovering in midair, forgotten. He blinked
way.
twice,
You won't.
slowly processing what had just happened. He
Jack,
didn't
stop!
scream. He didn't even flinch. He
Jack,
simply
no!
reached over
Hit Jack.
as though
Do
it was
it.
the most natural thing in the world and
Everybody
took the bowl
eat.
of pasta off.
No,
the
you're
table.
taking the
He
same
didn't
bowl
even
of
bother to
pasta
check
that
if
she
it was
just
safe.
blew up, dumb.
He didn't care.
Oh my god.
He ate it, shoveling the food into his mouth without pause.
Nah.
His
Oh
eyes
my
still
God.
locked on the empty space. As he chewed, he heard
That's
a
the
strange
definition of
gurgling
dial.
sound. It was faint at
Bro,
first.
he's
then
committed.
It grew louder. The gurgling
committed to
turned
the
into a
bit.
deep, unsettling rumble. He looked down at his stomach, his eyes growing
5,
wide with
4,
realization.
3,
His breathing became
2,
shallow, his
1.
fingers tightening around the bowl. The rumbling
this
grew
is
louder,
sad.
more insistent. He could feel it in
Poor
his
guy.
gut, the pressure building, the boiling
Maybe the bird
heat.
comes back.
It was coming for him. He knew it was coming for him.
This is the origin
In a
story
final,
of the Burger
desperate
King.
attempt, he shoved the last of the pasta into his mouth, chewing like a
No,
man
you
who thought he could
idiot.
outrun death with carbs. He chewed
probably
faster,
mostly blood.
more frantically. His
not
eyes
salt.
were
He's
just
wild,
carbo loading.
his breath ragged. The explosion was just as violent as the wife's. His body detonated with a force that sent pieces of him flying in every direction. The kitchen was destroyed in an instant. The walls,
I'm guessing
the
Granny
ceiling,
was
the
watching the
counters,
whole thing.
Nothing
Yep.
was safe from
Yeah,
the
she's
fallout.
probably loving
It was
this.
as though the entire house had been hit by a bomb, and in a way, it had. The room fell into silence once again. Across the street, the elderly neighbor, who
Oh
had
my
been
God.
watching from her kitchen window, didn't know what to do. She'd been
She's got to feel
If you-
responsible
If you see that, do you tell anybody? Because if you do, they might think that you're clinically insane.
for like watching a couple, you mean?
No, like let's say you were like, hey, I watched these two people eat until they literally combusted and exploded. Like that, like who's gonna believe that?
That's true. I was thinking like the detectives that come in and try to figure out like what happened. There's no way that they would ever guess like, oh, this is a classic case of ate too much. Classic case of cereal at 2 a.m.
We got a ba-da-ba-ba-ba on scene 4.
2 creepers got too close to a human.
No, not funny, Adam.
She'd been spying on them for weeks, those strange, hungry people across the way. She'd seen their odd behaviors, their constant trips to the fridge. But this was something else. Her hands started shaking.
No duh, Granny.
Did she really just see that? 2 people explode? She took a few steps backward.
She has
clutching
not
her
been
chest.
taking her medication.
Her mind raced.
The
trying to
grandkids will
convince
never
herself
believe
that
this
what
one.
she saw was just a trick of the light, or maybe it was just her age.
Take
catching
your
up to
Adderall,
her.
Granny.
Dementia? No, she had seen it with her own eyes.
She's
The
schizophrenic.
horror, the explosions. She grabbed the phone.
Send her to a
dialing the
home
police
care.
with
She
has a
shaking
rotary
hands.
phone?
As she relayed the
great.
bizarre
Oh, yeah, wait.
circumstances
Oh,
she
wait.
witnessed
It
to the
is
dispatcher,
1950.
The
I
anomaly
forgot.
was pinged by the Foundation, who was always watching and always listening. By the time the emergency responders arrived, The scene had already been secured by the
Were
Foundation.
those G-Wagons?
Their agents had already disguised
No.
themselves as paramedics,
that was the Model
moving
T.
quickly and efficiently, as if this was just another day at the office. They swept through the house,
Oh my
carefully taking
God.
photos and collecting evidence from the remnants of the explosion. Samples were
Nasty.
taken, blood and tissue analyzed, the walls and floor scanned for signs of anything unusual. They moved with a precision that was almost surgical, as if the horror they were witnessing was just another puzzle to solve.
Oh my god.
By the next morning, photos of the incident had been leaked to the national media. The coverage was everywhere.
Thanks a lot,
Two
Granny.
people just poof, gone. No warning, no reason. Some reporters claimed it was a freak accident. Others suggested it was some sort of serial killer on the loose.
Murder, suicide.
Regardless of the context, the public couldn't stop talking about it. People speculated, hypothesized, and made up stories. They needed answers. The Foundation tried to control the narrative, but the only thing they could do was plant seeds of doubt that these apparent cases of spontaneous human combustion were nothing but a hoax. SCP-081 is a delightful little virus
Finally,
that turns
some
your
facts.
unhealthy eating habits into a literal explosive event.
Oh, yes,
This
we knew
virus,
it.
which can be spread by rats, intimate
Oh, not
contact,
the
or even
rats.
infected blood, gets to work by hijacking your fat cells and immune system. Its goal? To make you eat everything in sight until your body reaches a point where you explode in a fiery, uncontrollable burst
gotta be a
of
cure.
internal combustion. The virus progresses in 4 stages. First, you start off feeling a bit fatigued, like you've just had a rough week, but nothing too alarming. Then, in the second stage, your body starts to get hot, really hot. Hot flashes hit you like you're in the middle of a heat wave, and you develop an insatiable hunger. You can't stop eating. By the third stage, you're consuming
that's
food
stage
like
2.
there's no tomorrow, but no matter how much you eat,
Okay.
the hunger never goes away. Your body's metabolism slows to a crawl as you gain weight faster than you can count your calories. Finally, in stage 4, your body reaches 55% body fat, and that's when the real fun begins.
55.
At
I
this
think there's
point,
people in
you'll
the
be
world
so
that's
full,
higher than
so
55.
bloated,
Oh,
and
yeah,
yet
there are.
still hungry.
They didn't
Your body
explode
will
yet.
start to turn on itself, and you'll spontaneously combust.
Did you guys know that there's actually a real life equivalent to this called Prader-Willi syndrome, where you can never feel like you're full, so you just keep eating until your stomach explodes inside of your body? Did you guys know that?
I didn't know that until now.
So the answer was no, Adam.
You gotta be careful, guys.
No, but I believe it just because there are some people that are literally 1,000 pounds out there, which is like, how is that possible? How do you possibly eat that much?
Big Macs are delicious. Taco Bell's pretty delicious. Like, I get it. I really do.
Well, if you can't get full, I would get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Exactly. Adam, can you tell us more about that?
I didn't know it until now.
Sure, dude.
The explosion is violent, fiery, and a little too much like a bad cooking experiment gone wrong. SCP-081 first gained attention after a series of spontaneous combustion cases in the early 20th century, with the infamous incident involving Mary Reeser in 1951.
Oh, yep.
However, it turns out this virus isn't a new phenomenon. It's been around since 1763, possibly even longer.
The
and most
Kings.
of those earlier mysterious, spontaneous combustion incidents can likely be chalked up to this virus. It wasn't until the 20th century, with increasing access to food and a drop in malnutrition, that SCP-081 cases skyrocketed. The virus's spread and infection rate are higher in modern times, particularly in places like North America, where the average person
That's
is
not
more
good.
likely to be
Called
well-fed.
it.
That's where
and
we are.
overfed.
I called it.
SCP-081 is
I'm
now
moving to
classified
South
as a
America.
Euclid hazardous pathogen, though the real kicker is that the virus only affects those with a particular genetic predisposition to fat accumulation. So, in the grand scheme of things, the lesson is, next time you're about to chow down on that second plate of lasagna, think twice. You might just go out with a bang, and not the kind you're hoping for. The bottle shatters against the ground, sending shards of glass across the tarmac. The teens, fueled by adrenaline and cheap booze, are having a wild night. And
Hey,
it's
yo.
just getting started. After getting booted from the local arcade for causing a scene and grabbing some greasy budget burritos from a local Mexican takeout joint, their journey led them here, the
He is
local park.
gobbling that.
For the 2 high school seniors, the playground equipment was the perfect canvas for their artistic vision.
What
They
are
laughed
they doing?
as they planned the graffiti and lewd sketches that would cover the slides and
I hate
monkey
high
bars
school
by
seniors.
dawn.
Little
But
rats.
before any of that can happen, a wave of childhood nostalgia washes over them. Why not go on some of the rides, for old time's sake? It's not like anybody would ever know what they did here tonight.
Is this SCP gonna be the playground? Oh my gosh.
I used to swing on the swing sets with my friends, and we would play a game. We would swing back and forth next to each other and try to spit on each other as we...
That's pretty cool.
One time, I like loogied, got on his face, and like it was just like dangling down. Never forget it.
So you were the original Hawk Tua girl. I mean, person.
That's a good point, Jack.
Well done, Alec.
Alec might be this SCP.
In the worst way possible.
That
Little
is
do they
gross.
know, something extremely dangerous is lurking. Something that wants to cause them terrible, terrible harm.
Whoa.
In a way that
Mordor?
even after it happens, they'll
What
never
the
truly
flip is that?
understand. By morning, as the first rays of sunlight glint
it's
off
the
the
slide.
dew-soaked grass,
I think
it
it's the
becomes
slide.
clear. The teens never made it home. Their panicked parents call the police and register their concern. This isn't like them. They never stay out this long. The search.
Okay, why do I not believe that for 3 seconds? They look like they do that every single night. And I'm not saying that they deserve this, but I mean, come on. Out of all of the people, they didn't seem like great people.
Hey,
don't
just because
judge
she has a
them.
little blue hair, come on.
No, they were just being maniacs. They were graffitiing all of the playground, like...
Not all high school seniors are bad, Jack, right, Alec?
Right. Wait, what does that mean?
Like, they're not all bad. Like, some are good, right, Alec?
Some of them are good,
All
some
right.
of them are bad.
Calls go out to local radio shows and TV stations. Concerned citizens
dude
staple
has a
missing
beard.
posters to telephone poles. By evening, the streets and nearby woods are filled with
I
volunteers.
just knew something was gonna go wrong.
Walking in lines, clutching
don't like
flashlights,
this.
calling out names into the approaching darkness.
I really don't like this.
Police bring in the usual suspects.
Here we go.
Locals with a criminal
feel bad
history
for the
that
parents.
indicate they
It's
might
him.
be a
It's
danger
him.
to local
Oh my god.
teenagers.
Yo.
But it doesn't turn up any meaningful
What the
evidence.
flip?
Wait a second, they just beat up the old man? What the...
I mean, no, that's messed up.
Why are you laughing?
Crazy.
Well, we know what he did. That dude deserved it.
Well, he was registered, you know.
Toucher?
We don't know exactly, but yeah, he shouldn't have gotten beat up. And obviously, he didn't even do it because it was the SCP.
He could be the SCP.
Cleaner
We've seen
employed by
people
the
be
local
SCPs
council
before.
sweeps up the glass from the broken whiskey bottle at
Whoa,
the
whoa,
playground.
whoa.
As the mother watches the cleaner dump the broken glass into a garbage bag, her little boy is playing on the jungle gym with his friends. The mother's
Don't make a
hand
comment.
snakes
Do
towards
not
her
make a
pocket,
comment.
then stops. She fights the urge to reach for the pack of smokes, worrying what the other mothers will think of her if she does. It's been a stressful month, the latest of many. She doesn't have time to worry about anything else. Hell, she hasn't even heard about the missing teens. Mommy, look how high I can climb. She forces a smile as she
Yes.
watches her boy.
Why does that dude have the voice of like a 45-year-old, but he's a little boy?
Mommy, look how high I can climb.
I think it might have been Dr. Bob doing a voice.
Yes,
I think it
that
was.
is
That
what
was
it
so
was.
good. I think Dr. Bob voices every single character, and I love it.
Reach the top of the ropes. That smile almost becomes genuine when she sees how happy her son looks. And then her phone starts to ring.
Here we go.
It's him. Again.
Oh, poop.
Oh,
Poop
little
man.
brain.
Soon to be
Don't answer it, trust me.
Alex, stop calling her.
Trust me, you do not want to answer that.
She sighs and walks away from the playground for a moment.
Big
She
mistake.
doesn't want their son to hear them having another long-distance shouting match. When the humiliation ritual is over, she returns to the playground.
No, he's gonna be
Mr.
gone.
Son's
No.
gonna be gone.
She notices it immediately.
No.
Her son isn't
Oh,
there.
let's think of a random name for the
She
little
feels
kid. Let's
the
call him
panic pierce her
Adam.
chest in that
Where's
instant,
Adam?
But tries to keep her composure. She
Adam?
asks one of the other mothers what happened, and they seem just as confused as her.
Oh my.
I think he just
Alex,
went
Mom,
down the
where is
slide,"
he?
One of them says.
This
I
slide
wasn't
is the
looking, I'm sorry,
SCP. I'm
says
calling
the
it
other.
right now. I'm
The
calling it.
fear is impossible to suppress now. The mother
Where's
screams her
Adam?
child's name, but there's no
Where did Adam
response.
go?
Okay, are you talking about me?
She
You keep saying Adam. Are you talking to me or are you talking to that Adam?
No, I'm talking to the little boy Adam.
Why would you pick the only name that is in this group of people? You could have picked any other name.
I don't know. It just came to me. I don't know.
Okay, can I be at least like Adam 1 and that's Adam 2?
No.
Guys, I think
Structure
it's about to
and
get
looks
really
down the
scary.
shaft of the metal tube slide.
It's definitely about to get really
Her
scary.
voice echoes down
no,
as
it's
she
normal
calls
slide.
the name again and again.
I'm putting on my jump
Her
scare
horrified
goggles.
screaming just pours out the
Whoa.
other side.
What is that?
Soon enough, One mother's
Looks like
panic
potato
affects
chips.
the
Oscar
entire
the Grouch.
town.
Okay, that is Alex Kid in the future.
You know, I just realized this playground doesn't have mulch. Never trust a playground that is on grass. No wonder there's freaky stuff going on. This is disgusting. This should be illegal. What is this?
Alec, I 100% agree. And do we think maybe there's a very small chance that this kid is the SCP?
No. Just because he's fat and has red hair, guys.
Doesn't he look like Alex's son and like he's waiting for his friend to go on the slide to spit on his face? Like he's like,
This kid looks like he already beats his wife. Come on, guys. That was good.
I just called him your son and you followed it with that?
Well, I'm not agreeing with that part. I'm just saying this guy definitely drinks Monster Energy and hits women.
He's 7 years old.
And he's 7 years old.
Uncalled for, Alex.
Missing people in 12 hours. 2 teens, 1 child.
They have
Could there
a
be
creepy
kidnapper
smile.
involved? It doesn't take the papers
A new
long to
victim?
start running with it.
Serial
Police
killer!
search every inch of the playground, the fields beyond it, and even the nearby forest. But they don't find anything. The mother gives her statement to the police, and soon after,
Oh, she didn't go
her
down the
estranged
slide.
husband is also brought in for
Big
questioning.
mistake.
Why do
It
they
soon
show him
goes
as a
from
poop?
local news
Dude, they gotta
to
find a better
national
photo of this guy.
syndication. Extra police are soon sent in from external departments to widen the search, as phones within tens of miles of the incident give the frightening buzz of Amber Alerts. The first 24-hour window is the most important, but as the hours draw on, the hopes
He is
start
creepy.
to dwindle, and the local police precinct is starting to catch flack for their ineptitude. One person who isn't getting that same blowback is the
Oprah
mother.
Winfrey.
Soon
that
enough,
Oprah?
she's
Yeah.
America's favorite terrified mother. Her email inbox is full of tabloid newspapers and online outlets begging for exclusives. They want to know how she's feeling right now. Does she have any theories as to what happened? Is there anything she'd like to say to
Dude, this is so messed up. And this is what happens all of the time when there's a missing persons report. All the news, they go right to the person and they start asking them questions when they don't care. They don't want to answer any questions because they just want to find the missing person.
They want to use the emotions of this person for a story to get clicks and views.
They just want to milk it for all it's worth because they just want to make money, and it is messed up. I'm putting my foot down. No!
I just noticed, what are you two wearing?
Well, you see, when it gets very scary, I cover up.
I have a different outfit for every day of the week, and this is my Tuesday outfit.
This is my I don't want to get scared outfit.
Adam, is that your Cheetos outfit that you eat Cheetos in so that you can't see the dust on your clothes?
That's his big nose outfit.
Adam's nose could be an SCP.
has her son locked up
What
in
the
some
heck?
basement compound. The mother is part of every search party, every night. She tromps through the undergrowth, shouting her son's name. But
Okay,
soon,
now I'm starting to believe
the tone of
Alec might be the
search
SCP.
starts to change.
Okay.
Police and search parties stop walking through forests and knocking on doors. Instead,
Not
they
this
start
guy
calling
again.
Jeffrey
riverbeds
Dahmer?
and digging through gravel
They already
pits.
beat him up.
Nobody says it, but the subtext is clear. They're not looking for a little boy anymore. They're looking for his
Oh,
body.
yeah, too
Little
much
by
time
little,
has passed.
even the most ardent supporters start to peel away. It's not exciting anymore. It's grim and depressing. But even that isn't nearly as awful as what's about to
Even
happen.
his ghost is creepy.
Slowly, at first, and then with all the speed and intensity of an avalanche, the media and then the public
Of course.
begins to turn on her.
Well, why?
The headlines go from being kind and sympathetic to indifferent description of just how long the fruitless search has gone on.
Oh
to
my
active
gosh.
cruelty. Doesn't the mother seem like she's taking all of this too
Oh,
well?
they're trying to
Doesn't
blame her
she
for the
seem
murder. She's gonna get
a
put in
little
prison.
Suspicious. The headlines are the lit match thrown into
Oh
the
my
tinderbox.
gosh, that's messed up.
The conspiracy theories start flying
Jack,
online.
that's your name.
Internet sleuths intent on getting to the bottom of this, to finding a more believable angle.
I'm not even gonna say it. It's not worth the joke. Never mind.
It's true. This is what happens.
Wait, what? Jack, what?
There's internet sleuths out there that think that they can figure it out and that they could get to the bottom of it and that they could solve it from their mom's basement. They do all the research and then they start giving all of their opinions when they don't have the information. They don't have the answers.
Well, one time it actually worked out. If you did you watch the documentary Don't Mess with Cats?
I did see that one, yeah. That was one of the few times where it actually worked.
They caught a serial killer, so
I don't know. A lot of conspiracy theories turn out to be true. This one seems unlikely.
I just can't take you seriously, Alec. I'm sorry.
Should I change?
Yeah.
I'm gonna change.
Yeah, maybe change your shirt. I don't know what's making it weird.
Well,
No,
I might
it wasn't
get,
the glasses.
Dang, that thing messed up my nose.
Welcome to my world.
Is this better?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, much better.
It's in the
You look
most
cool now.
unfavorable light imaginable. Did
Mommy,
she smile during that press conference? There must be some kind of ulterior motive
that's
here.
really creeping
there
me
must
out.
be some secret underneath the surface.
And
And as you'll find
Alec,
out
don't turn
later,
around.
there is. Just not the one anyone here would expect.
I just got the chills. I
Mother
don't
is
like
still
this.
getting hundreds and sometimes thousands
The
of
media's
messages
turning on her.
every day. But the tone of these messages has changed with the media's depiction. I know what you did, you monster. You can't keep getting away with this. How can you live with yourself, killing your own little boy? Did you dig a big hole for him, lady? I'm gonna dig a bigger one for you.
What the heck?
Yo,
But the messages
chill.
That's
aren't
definitely that
nearly
guy
as
that they
chilling
beat up earlier.
as the maniacs who show up at her house. It starts with shadows, figures moving through the bushes at night, barely visible in the glow of the porch
I would move
light.
out of the country so
Then
fast.
come
Oh
the
my
sounds.
gosh, that's
So
terrifying.
messed
The
up.
dull thud of rocks against the siding, the occasional crash of something heavier smashing against a window. In one instance, someone even shot at the facade.
That was definitely
When the police
big
came over to
mistake.
Jack, this happens in real life?
She sensed an undertone of,
Probably.
everything always happens to you, doesn't it? Underneath the sympathetic smiles. Her car has been ruined by horrific graffiti multiple times. The tires slashed, the windows cracked, the
Dang.
doors keyed. Every single way that a person can suffer an indignity, short of physical violence, she seems to be suffering it. She even sees YouTubers and podcasters hiding in their cars, filming her as she takes out the garbage for
Oh
B-roll
my
in their
gosh.
documentaries about her perceived wrongdoings.
Okay,
She
this is
cries
getting
too
out
much.
of hand.
She doesn't cry enough. Don't her eyes look like a murderer's eyes? But she'll even
So wait, I'm confused. Is the SCP the news and the media and how they're misconstruing everything?
I was trying to think, like, what the heck is the SCP? Normally by now in the video, we know what the SCP is, but we still don't even know.
It's so obvious.
Well, it seems like it's the playground, but now it seems like it's the media and the news and all of the people. And maybe this happens to her, but maybe this can happen to anybody, right? And then the SCP takes over her mind and takes over everybody, and then she goes to jail.
Well, then, yeah.
That's not the SCP. That you said it yourself, Jack. This happens all the time in real life. This is just how it goes sometimes with the media.
But it's starting to get a little bit out of hand. It's starting to get like really intense. And I don't know, maybe I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe that's part of the SCP.
I think she has to find her son. That's the only way she gets out of this alive.
awake over the horrors that invade her dreams. Well, it's
Ew,
only
bro,
ever
what
one
the
dream,
flip?
actually. She's there on the day that her boy went missing, standing with the other moms at the edge of the playground, watching her little boy.
So it's the
Except
dad's
in the
fault.
dream, nobody has a face. They're all
It's
blank
him.
and smooth,
Oh.
with voices that sound like
The
muffled
SCP's
nonsense.
calling to her.
Her son calls out to her, and then, at the exact same time that it did in real life, her phone starts to ring. It's her husband again, her soon-to-be
Here we
ex-husband.
go.
Yeah,
As
this
though
could be the
trapped by
SCP. I think you guys
certainty
are
of the
right.
past, she steps away
So
and
her
answers
husband's
the
the
phone,
SCP.
No.
moving liquid slow.
SCP's in
Her
her dreams
husband's
right now.
voice comes through the microphone next to her ear
Whoa!
in an eerie monotone. Why aren't you watching our boy? She turns and sees him gone. Not just him, but everyone.
Oh
as though
my
she's
God.
completely alone in the world.
She's
She
losing her
dashes over in a
mind.
panic, though to her, that dash is in torturous slow motion.
She's drinking too much
The
Jamba
words
Juice.
of the other mom ring with haunting clarity in her ears. I think he just went down the slide. In a blur of panic, she scrambles into the slide.
Wait, that is
her
not what
breath
they said the
coming in
first time,
shallow
though.
gasps.
Yeah, it's
Her
exactly what they
hands
said.
slip on
It
the
is, and
smooth
then she checked
plastic,
it.
her
Yeah.
knees banging against the sides as she crawls forward.
But you could see the bottom of the
This time,
slide from her
She
angle.
doesn't see the faint light of the other side.
gosh.
Oh, God.
Just that
Oh,
the
gosh.
Consuming
SCP.
darkness yawning before
Dude, this
her,
has to be it!
pulling her in like a void. She doesn't stop to think.
This
Do
has
not
to be
go
it.
in.
That's when she hears it.
Do not go in.
Voice.
Okay, I have a prediction. I feel like she's gonna wake up and she's actually gonna be there. Like she's sleepwalking right now.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if this is actually a dream or not.
Yeah, it's like the SCP's calling to her, and it only gets activated at night.
She's in a hypnotic state at the moment. It's not really a dream.
Yeah, I think she's gonna wake up outside, right next to the slide.
I don't think so. I think she's in her bed, that she's freaking out, she's panicking, but I think she is going to go back to the tunnel. And I want to know.
You mean the slide?
Yeah, or the slide, the tunnel slide.
Oh, okay.
Would you guys go into it?
Heck no. I'd probably pee in it first, see what happens.
Yeah, I would throw a ball down or something. Yeah.
Yeah, throw some poop down there. Hello?
Poop does not slide.
Maybe send another child down there or something. Be like, you want to go down the slide, little Jimmy?
Hey, Jimmy.
It's faint, but unmistakable. She needs to keep going. But inside, the slide feels like a desperate and terrible infinity. endless loops in cold, dark metal. Every time she feels like she's getting close to seeing her son again, he gets just a little further away. Then, everything slips out of reach. She bolts upright in bed, gasping for air, her nightshirt clinging to her sweat-soaked.
Yeah!
The slide. She knows she has to go
It's the slide,
back.
boys!
It's
What?
not just a dream.
Alec?
It's something more.
She has to go inside of the
She
slide.
can't explain. The slide.
Now I'm in a
She
trance.
has to go back to the slide. And that's what she does. That night, she goes back to the playground.
Dang it, Jack
still
called it.
cordoned off with police tape fluttering in the breeze.
Don't go alone.
She ducks under the cordon, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and hope.
The SCP's calling to her.
She
It's not
stands at the
smart.
base
Do
of the
not do
slide,
this right now.
Staring up at its hollow, gaping entrance.
Don't do
Her breath
this!
catches as she takes the first step, her fingers curling
Fool!
tightly.
Okay, wait, how do you defeat the SCP? Do you think you go in maybe the reverse side? You do a little Uno reverse?
You
and then,
crawl up it?
When have you ever defeated an SCP?
I don't know, I'm just spitballing right now, guys. Maybe you have to reverse slide, and then you can get inside safely without it eating you.
I like Alec's idea of sliding poop down.
Thank you.
Around the metal rungs. They feel cold in the damp night air. She pauses at the top, and then summoning every ounce of courage, she throws herself forward,
No.
face first, her arms pinned tightly at her sides.
Are you
The
crazy?
world blurs as she hurtles downward, the slide pulling her in faster than it ever should.
What is she gonna do down there?
We were right. We were right. It's the
She
slide.
didn't even bring a weapon!
It's the slide. She's going to the
Walls and
gulag.
ceiling close in tightly around her.
It's the toxic
hard
dimension.
rock pressing against her body.
What the?
She can't move. Can't even wriggle her arms loose. She screams into the
I really
void.
hope she told it.
The
It's somebody
sound
that she was
feels
going in there.
Swallowed, crushed.
POV,
by the
you're in
suffocating
Adam's
darkness.
nose.
There's no echo, no sense of space beyond the tiny prison she's trapped in. She now knows what happened to her son.
She knows.
She just can't save him. Or herself. To someone claustrophobic, what I just described is probably worse than an eternity in hell. But that's simply par for the course when
What?
it comes to SCP-1562.
Literally
What?
is just
known
the
as
slide.
a carnivorous slide.
It's like a death
An
worm.
anomaly where the questions it raises are every bit as unsettling as the few answers we have regarding its nature.
How?
To the untrained eye, there's nothing amiss about this particular
It's literally a
anomaly.
slide.
It's a metal tube slide, 11 feet long, 3.4 meters,
Yeah.
and 7 feet high, 2.2 meters. Part of an otherwise completely non-anomalous playground in a location that, for your own safety, will remain undisclosed. There's a good chance that even if you use the slide, you may not fall victim to its anomalous effects.
Really?
That's because
Yeah, dude, there's probably like thousands and thousands of kids that have gone down that slide and probably not have anything bad happen to them. Like they would have figured it out like that if kids just started disappearing down the slide.
But then how does it pick who it eats?
It's about to tell us. It's literally about to tell us. Let's listen up.
Well, Alec likes to get fed information, isn't like to have theories and hypotheses.
these effects are only activated when someone uses the slide in a very particular way. Namely,
Face first.
sliding down it on their stomach, face first, with their arms at their sides. When this
Wow.
condition is
Nice,
satisfied,
Jack.
the victim will
Ho, ho,
disappear
ho!
at some point during the
I
slide,
used to love doing
vanishing
that.
without a trace.
I do that
I am
all the
never
time.
To
doing
this
that
day,
again.
Despite the Foundation's best
What
attempts
is
to
moving?
capture the phenomenon, it has never been directly observed. I
Just
cannot
like
stress
mother, like
enough
son.
that this is very much a one-way trip, too.
Wait, why did the mom go down face first? Is it literally just like they just coincidentally went down face first?
I think the slide was communicating with her, like telling her, like, "Hey, go down on your belly, you dirty.
Yeah. Come
What?
down here face first.
I want you on your stomach."
I don't know. It was weird. They didn't really mention that, like why they both went face first. Kind of strange.
I think she did that because of the dream.
They haven't told us either how the slide has been communicating with this woman, because clearly it has been.
Yeah.
So this
Some
isn't just a,
psychoactive powers.
it's not just a SCP that swallows children. It's an SCP that also is able to communicate telepathically.
Nobody who has gone down the slide and disappeared has
little
ever
Adam.
been recovered. Even
forgot
when
his name
the
was
Foundation has
Adam.
sent D-class personnel down the slide with a tether attached to their bodies, the tether has been
Snaps.
mysteriously cut when the person disappeared.
Of course.
Oh
It's
boy.
a different
What a-
dimension.
What a poopy way to
Who
die.
Who would ever
Question.
do that?
Where are all these people going? The best that the Foundation can estimate on this is that it's an extra-dimensional space, which
has to be.
largely been described as an extremely cramped, cave-like environment where light ceased to work and mobility is extremely limited.
How would they even
Like
know?
a pocket
Due to
dimension.
the position that victims are in when the anomalous effect takes place, they're rarely even able to move their arms. While here, beyond even experiencing the natural fear one would logically feel in this situation, they feel the sudden onset of panic and paranoia as their situation deteriorates.
This kind of reminds me of those videos I see on TikTok of these psycho, usually guys, that will lodge their body in caves into gaps like this big, and then they just like start shimmying around and they don't get scared.
Well, there's a lot of people that die from that. Like they just get stuck there and they can't move. So then they just like starve to death.
That's what this reminds me of, is the people that do that, but they do it willingly. These people, they did it by accident. They were just trying to have a woo, good time, go down the slides face first. Idiots!
There have only ever been 2 Foundation experiments conducted on SCP-1562 before testing was suspended indefinitely.
They sent in the D
In the
class.
first, a member of D-Class personnel was tethered and sent down the slide.
Good night.
At which point, he promptly disappeared, severing
Bye-bye.
the tether. However, the long-range communication device left with the D-Class still worked.
What?
From his new location, he was able to describe not only the dark and cramped locale, but something wedged in the tunnel in front of him. He described a tiny shoe, like that of a child, laying in the tunnel in front of him.
Oh, Adam.
He also heard a voice talking and telling him to stop crying,
a
even
shoe?
though he wasn't. When asked to describe his situation, he said, "I'm still headfirst on my stomach and my body's at an angle, but I'm in some sort of small tunnel and I'm stuck. I'm completely surrounded by rock or dirt on all sides. I don't have enough room to raise my
That
head
is
or move my
everybody's
arms.
worst nightmare.
I can't move forward. I really want to get out of here now." Of course, there was no way for the Foundation researchers to get
That's
him out.
awkward.
Instead, they asked him about the other person who seemed to be trapped in there with him. The D-Class said, He just kept asking where he was, and I told him I didn't know. But I don't think he was really talking to me because he didn't respond to my voice, and he told me to stop crying when I was actually sort of calm." They then asked him whether
It's probably
the
the
other
mom
person
talking
seemed
to the
be moving.
boy.
I don't think so. He started crying and asking for his mommy.
Oh.
He finally stopped, and shortly after that, you contacted me again.
Please get me out now. Please hurry,
This
my
is sad.
chest. Communication cut at this point.
They gotta put
much
a
to the
nuclear bomb down
distress
that
of
slide,
everyone
stomach
involved.
first.
In response to this incident, another test was approved. This time using a member of D-Class personnel
Oh, he
who
looks
has
smaller.
a smaller stature. The logic being that a thinner man might be more mobile in the enclosed space of
They might get it.
SCP-1562's
All right.
anomalous area, allowing
dead.
for further
Nah,
exploration
yeah, he's
than the
done, for
previous
sure.
test
He
subject.
Because the
dead.
little boy got stuck
However,
too.
despite the difference in size, this D-Class seemed just as trapped and enclosed as the first. He reported the same disappearance of all light, the same shortness of breath, the same dirt and rock, the same tiny shoe just in front of his head. But then he started hearing a voice.
It's like an
one
escape
very
room.
familiar to the Foundation researchers, echoing from the dark. It was the voice of the previous D-Class.
What the?
And it wasn't just
I
his
think the
voice.
SCP
He
absorbs
was
his
saying
voice and
everything that
spirit.
he'd said during the previous test at exactly
Whoa,
the
whoa,
timings
whoa,
that
It's like
he
an
said it,
echo.
as though someone was playing back a recording.
Or like messes with space and time. So like time doesn't even exist there. And it's just replaying like the same time over and over and over and over again.
This might be the scariest
Ooh,
SCP
I don't like
ever.
that. I really don't like that at all. That freaks me out.
Why do they still keep the slide in the playground? Remove it.
They don't know. Well, they're going to contain it.
Oh, okay.
They have to. They always do.
This might be like the most powerful SCP ever. How do you stop it? Like, yes, you can contain it and tell people not to go down the slide, but how do you like destroy it?
Maybe you send the bloop in there.
You send a
my
nuke and you
God.
blow it up.
You bloop it up.
Bloop it.
After, the voice stopped. The second D-Class's transmission was cut not long after, his last recorded words being, "Oh, thank God for that. I was starting to think that..." He was never heard from again. In light of this development,
horrible.
the lead researcher in the case,
It was so
Dr.
bad the dude
Carver,
bit his lip.
suspended all testing. To do any more would simply repeat the same result and sacrifice more lives to the carnivorous slide.
The gulag butt.
These days, the slide is quarantined in testing lab
There we go.
46-V.
Get it
in
out of
Site
the playground,
54,
gosh dang.
Kept away from the public and from dangerously curious Foundation researchers who might repeat certain old mistakes. When you've done this job for long enough, you realize that sometimes not having an answer at all is kinder than knowing the awful truth beneath it all.
A young woman steps onto her bathroom scale. She holds her breath and squeezes her eyes shut, afraid to see the
We all
results
been there
as
before,
she
right,
listens
guys?
to the dial spinning. When it slows to a stop, she opens her eyes
Seemed
and
like
looks
a
down.
documentary.
She balks at the
240?
result. 150 pounds.
That ain't
That's
bad.
unacceptable in her eyes.
It's below the
She
average.
steps off the
She's
scale
about
and
20
examines
pounds
her
heavier than
reflection
me.
in the full-length
Not
mirror.
bad.
In truth, her weight is far from out of control. But when she looks at
She could
herself,
use
she
a little
can't help
sun,
but
am
see
I
the
right,
flaws.
guys?
Eyebrows could use some trimming,
The
but other
subtle
than
ring
that,
of pudge around her middle, the way her butt sticks out just a little too far
Hey,
for her
yo.
liking, the very faint thickness around her cheeks and chin that hint at her history of snacking. As she leaves the bathroom, she reflects on her situation. Of course she's gaining weight. How could it be any other way? For the last 2 years, she's been in lockdown during a pandemic, and she's barely left her apartment. She let her gym
This is
membership
sounding
lapse,
eerily
and instead of
familiar.
cycling to work, she's instead taking the
What do you mean it's sounding eerily familiar? What do you mean by that?
During the pandemic, I ate lots of pizza. I ate PB&Js. I would even sometimes try to do Pop-Tart eating challenges where I would try to eat them in under 60 seconds.
wait, Jack, that wasn't you. That was Alec.
Oh.
Wait, that was not you
Really?
at all.
Really? You're gonna expose me like that?
I'm not
You
doing
guys
no
are really gonna
Alec hate
expose me
today,
like
but
that?
No, I did it too, I swear.
My fastest time, by the way, in eating a pack of Pop-Tarts, so 2 of them, was 1 minute and 2 seconds. I never actually broke it.
Can confirm. I have the footage. If you want me to release it, let's get 40,000 likes.
No water.
he
no
tried.
water.
He tried for 2 months straight. That's every day. No Alec hate though. I'm not hating on Alec right now.
Maybe he was infected by this SCP.
the easy way out by just driving. And it's not like she gets much exercise in her free time either.
Why not?
During these last 2 years of isolation, she's mostly stayed in and watched television.
Sounds like
She's
Alex's
discovered
dream
a particular
girl.
love for trashy
love the
daytime talk
pandemic.
shows and court dramas. Intellectually, she knows that they're the equivalent of
Wendy's
junk food,
4 for
but at the same
4.
time, there is a certain mindless charm to them. She would be embarrassed to admit
Burgers
it
are
to
my
any of
favorite
her
food.
friends, but she does enjoy just turning
We
off
know.
her brain and absorbing some silly talk show about professional stunt dwarves or Satan-worshipping furry juggalos.
Say what?
That sort of entertainment has
What,
been
in
a
the
boon
Logan
to get
Paul?
her through the tough times. Nevertheless, it's time to make a change. She promises herself that she's going to get
go.
into shape.
It's time to get
Today,
even
instead
bigger.
of vegging out on the couch, she's going to make an effort. She's going to go out and get some exercise, and she tells herself she's going to watch those extra pounds melt away right before her eyes. She hopes that her old gym clothes will still fit her. After all, she's definitely put on some extra weight since her last trip to
Oh,
the
wow.
gym. After rummaging through her drawers,
This is
she
me,
finds what she's
January
looking
1st
for,
every
her
year.
spandex gym shorts and sports bra. She quickly changes her clothes and is relieved to see that, although they might be a little snugger than she would like, they still fit her pretty well.
Go ahead.
That's a good sign. She
Slay.
probably won't even have to work very hard to get herself down to
I
her
wonder
ideal
what this
weight.
SCP is gonna
It's all
be.
a matter of willpower,
It's
she
the
tells herself.
treadmill, Adam. It's
I was
terrifying.
fit before, so that means I should be able to do it again. All I have to do is avoid temptation. I'll just have to make sure I stay active instead of watching trash TV all day.
Alec, as a fellow man that has gone from big to absolutely ripped, what's your secret?
Because you've been absurdly obese.
That is not true.
Show me one picture of me being absurdly obese. I was never absurdly, like, could I have lost a couple of pounds? Sure. But like, absurdly obese, really? You're gonna say that on national TV in front of our friends and family?
Did you just say national
You were big, and then you got ripped, and then you went back, and then you've gone back and forth. It's been a roller coaster, but how, like, what's your secret?
I wouldn't say I was ever obese. Okay, but I guess my secret is you gotta just dial in and eat healthy. Eat a lot of chicken, eat a lot of eggs, eat like broccoli, rice. Yeah, I mean, look, that's a bad angle. And I also was I was pushing out there.
I think you look good there, too.
This is like, no, wait, this wasn't even the obese one. Wait.
Yes, it is. That's
Oh,
like the
that's
heaviest I've ever been, bro. That's the heaviest I've ever been, and these 2 guys are coming at me telling me I'm majorly overly obese. What are you talking about?
I was trying to get you to tell the people watching your secrets of how to become awesome.
We were trying to say you're ripped.
I don't know what Adam's doing.
What you gotta do is every morning, you look at yourself in the mirror and you just be honest. You say, you are fat. And just do something about it. Go to the gym. Get your steps in. Eat healthy. Don't eat those cosmic brownies. Don't eat those Nutter Butters. Don't eat those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, because that's what I did all day growing up. And then I got to a point in my life where I hated myself.
So you're telling me there was no SCP, there was no tapeworm or anything?
Sorry, I just had to get that out. That was boiling up.
All right.
No, there was no tapeworm, nothing. I just locked in.
Ozempic.
I just locked the flip in, okay?
Good job.
And you guys can too.
This is unrelated, but I was scrolling through my camera when I just found a picture of Alec again. All right, let's
That's
keep
a
going.
good thumbnail. I was in that thumbnail.
No hate.
After all, I
Let's
don't
find out
want
how
to
this
rot my
lady
brain too
lost
much.
the weight.
On the first day, she actually does an admirable job of sticking to her plan. She cycles to work, enjoying the fresh
Let's go,
air and the
lady.
reassuring post-workout burn in her legs that let her
Let's
know that
go,
she's making
lady.
progress. She throws away all the junk food in her refrigerator and
Go
goes
ahead,
shopping
girl.
for healthy fruits and vegetables.
That's what I'm talking about.
And, most
Yes,
important
sir.
of all, she limits her television time.
Turn that off.
She knows
Okay,
that
I
trashy
don't know about
TV is
that.
probably her biggest addiction, even more than junk food, so she needs to be careful of that. On the second day, though, she notices something strange. She starts off with a simple, healthy breakfast, just some granola and a glass of juice. It's barely enough to satisfy her, but she knows that she has to make sacrifices if she expects to actually lose any weight. After breakfast, she decides to go out for a jog. As she's out on the street, she's overcome with sudden hunger.
Oh, she's gonna eat
Of
something.
course, that's to be expected. She's on a diet now,
that's gonna
so
be
it's
the
going to take
SCP.
some
Yeah.
time to adjust to these smaller meals. She puts her hand to her rumbling
Is the
stomach and
SCP
grimaces.
just dieting?
She's
maybe
never
it's a
felt
pill.
It is
this hungry
terrifying.
before.
Comment down below
If
what
she
you guys
didn't
think
know
the
better,
SCP is.
she would think that she hadn't eaten for a week with the amount of pain that she's feeling. In fact, she's actually starting to feel a little woozy, and she has to lean against the
feel this
light
too,
post
Alec?
to keep from fainting.
The light post is
She
the
shakes her head
SCP.
to clear her thoughts. Okay,
Siren
she
head?
thinks. I must have misjudged how many calories I need to get me through a morning. Her eyes stray to a nearby coffee shop. She sighs in relief. She thinks to herself, I'll just pop in there and get myself a small snack, just a
Here
little
we go.
something to keep my blood sugar up. She walks into the cafe and gets in line. As she waits, she can't help but stare at the rows of pastries on display under the glass.
Oh,
They
God.
all
That's
look
it right there.
delicious, and she is really hungry. She
No,
fully
don't
intends
do
to
it.
only get a bagel with a little smear of cream cheese, but when she gets to the
not
counter,
enough!
she finds herself ordering way too much food.
Oh, we've all been there.
I'd like 2 scones, 3 danishes, and a bear claw,
Yeah!
she says. Also a large super raspberry frappuccino with extra syrup and whipped cream. The words
Oh,
just
yeah!
tumble out of her mouth, almost as if it's not her saying them, but rather some other voice speaking through her mouth.
Pop off,
What the-
queen.
I didn't say that, she stammers. The clerk behind the counter eyes her strangely, and the young woman feels too embarrassed to protest
Oh,
further.
I remember now.
She steps aside and waits for her order, pondering the strange event that just happened. Is she possessed?
Wait, she already
She's
has
not
the
a
SCP?
superstitious person.
Let me tell you what happens, okay? When you get really, really hungry, sometimes the demons win. There's demons in your head that are like,
Order that pizza. Eat the whole entire large pizza pie. All by yourself. And so you do. You let it overwhelm you. You let it take your body and you eat the whole pizza all on your own.
and then as soon as you take that last bite, you just feel a whole wave of disappointment, disapproval, and hatred to yourself. So this is why, the moral of the story is win your battle, beat your demons, and do not eat entire pizzas on your own.
Unless you have an
I'll be right back,
SCP.
guys.
Oh,
I lose the battle every day.
where's it? I think we got Alec all riled up. I think he's gonna go eat a little chocolate cake.
2,000 years later.
Yep. Oh, I know. I see an empty pizza box.
All this pizza talk. It's getting me really hungry.
Wait, what just happened to the whole speech, Alec?
Shoot, who
What?
ate so much? Who ate this much pizza?
Adam, did you have some pizza?
Nope, not a slice.
I didn't have any pizza either.
It's just me and Alec in here.
It's chicken bacon ranch, guys.
All right, I'm gonna play the video.
Oh,
But
yeah,
she can't
that
think
looks
of any
really
other
good.
explanation for what just happened.
I'm so
She can
jealous.
admit to herself that she has broken down and lost to temptation over a tasty snack in the past, but this is ridiculous. Eventually, when the clerk hands her the order, she rationalizes the whole thing away. I must just be having a hunger hallucination, she says to herself. Obviously, I need to be a little more careful about not being so strict about my diet. I'm sure if I just eat sensibly, I won't have an experience like that again. Her stomach grumbles again, reminding her of the original reason why she stepped into this coffee shop. She retreats to a table in the corner and tears open the bag. She wolfs down her pastries with gusto and slurps at her rich, creamy drink. When she's finished, she sighs in
Mukbang.
satisfaction, although the uncomfortable, full feeling in her belly reminds her of her predicament. She only meant to eat enough to keep her from fainting, but instead, she's eating herself silly, and it's only day 2 of the diet.
Oh,
This does
gosh.
not bode well.
Come on,
Okay,
you
she tells herself. This is my last cheat. From now on, I'm going to be serious about this diet.
She really
She
needs
stands
to
up
stop
and leaves the
eating those,
cafe,
seriously.
ready to complete the rest of her jog. But then, something even stranger happens. On the television, the matriarch of the family is furious. She has forbidden her daughter from marrying the gardener because she believes that he is too low class for her high-born daughter. But what she doesn't realize
She's
is
watching
that her
trash
daughter is
TV
in love
again.
and that she is
Yep,
determined
all the
to make it
addictions
work.
are coming back.
The daughter and the gardener have eloped, and the matriarch is hiring a private detective to track them down. Meanwhile,
we need to
the
know the plot of
matriarch's
this story?
long-lost twin brother, whom she thought died in a plane crash in the tropics, has actually been alive the entire time. He has been in a
Of
South
course he
American
has.
hospital recovering from amnesia.
cares?
Now,
I knew it.
He
I
returns
knew
to
it. I
the
was telling
family
you that,
estate,
Adam.
ready to claim his share of the inheritance. These events are all noted by the family's shady lawyer, who has big plans to usurp the
going
family
on?
fortune himself. Unbeknownst to the
It's a
family,
telenovela.
he is actually secretly working for their mortal enemies and business rivals to destroy them.
This is the
The
plot
young
of
woman
Batman.
laughs, shoving a handful of potato chips
No,
into her
what
mouth.
happened?
Oh man, I wouldn't want to be in their
she
shoes.
pass
now.
out?
Teleported
That
here.
lawyer is playing them all like fiddles. Suddenly, she startles, as if she's just waking up.
It's got to be
Wait a
SCP.
second.
Wasn't she just in that coffee shop? How is it that she's at home?
Yeah, she was.
And why is she eating potato chips?
Okay, Adam, when this happens to your friend Alec, what do you usually do?
Wait, I'm gonna start using this as an excuse. Alec, you can use this too. You'll be like,
Stop!
You'll be like, wait, why is this pizza slice in my hand? What's going on? SCP-2611 is clearly taking over. This, I have no control right now.
This is like that one popular TV show, Severance, except instead of skipping work, you skip everything in between meals, and you just skip to the next meal.
That would be a great life. Like you're always eating.
Yeah.
I hate myself now after eating that piece of pizza. Why did I do that?
Alec, it's okay. You ate
Yeah,
7
Alec,
slices
yeah, you're
yesterday.
good.
It's gonna be fine. One today is not gonna worry anybody. I'm not worried.
You might as well
You can
order
always
a whole nother pizza.
Dave's Hot Chicken is doing a special right now. They have chicken sliders. Just saying.
Don't get me going.
Today is National Fried Chicken Day. Just saying.
What happened to your whole speech, Alec, about locking in, fighting the demons, and
Unlock it.
I'm just trying to help other people out. I'm too far gone.
Jack sounds like the demon.
Get the chicken, Alec.
No, Alec, don't get the chicken.
Chicken.
No, Alec, you can fight this.
Teleport.
Don't you want to have?
to Chipotle.
Don't you want to have good body for girls?
She was sure that she threw out all the junk food in the house. She must have bought a bag on her way back home from jogging, but
How'd
she
that
literally
get
cannot
there?
remember
How'd
it.
that get there?
What is she doing now? Watching television and eating junk food? In disgust, she grabs the remote and shuts off the TV. She was supposed to be jogging, and instead, she's sitting at home and watching stupid soap operas. The thing that worries her the most is her apparent blackout. She remembers nothing about her trip home from the coffee shop, although the evidence of the potato chip bag indicates that she must have stopped at a convenience store or supermarket on the way home. How could she forget something like that? I really must be having a blood sugar issue, she tells herself reassuringly, even though deep down, she knows that can't be the case. She had the blackout after eating the pastries at the coffee shop, so that can't be the cause. But she really doesn't want to think about that, so she puts it out of her head with a renewed promise to commit to her exercise and fitness program. Over the next few days, she makes a valiant effort to keep her promise.
Here we go.
She cycles when she can, she jogs when she remembers, and yet, the blackouts continue. And no matter where she is when she loses her memory,
That
she
is kind
always
of
recovers
insane.
in the same place.
Okay, if this is happening to you, like, you're gonna go to the doctor, right? You're gonna go to the hospital and be like, hey, like, every time I go for a run, I black out and end up with a cheeseburger.
Yeah, I think the doctors would probably laugh at you.
Yeah, I'm not sure they would believe
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And then you'd go into an insane asylum, and then you might get touched there, and it's like, is it really worth it?
That is better, though, than being infected with an SCP all alone. She has nobody, Alec.
That's
but-
true. As much as you guys make fun of me for being like her, at least I have some friends, you know?
Yeah.
No, guys, I have friends.
Me,
I have friends.
and Adam,
See?
we would know if you were magically teleporting and wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Oh, guys, you're my friends.
You said you ran earlier, right?
I did go for a run this morning, yeah.
And now you're,
Do you remember what happened in between that and eating your pizza?
and now you have Dave's chicken on the way.
Eating pizza? I didn't even eat pizza.
And then you were watching The Office earlier, right?
What are you talking about?
It might be too late, guys.
After my run?
Large.
Really, for what?
Large and in charge.
You guys are being...
At home on her couch,
Really
always
weird.
in the middle of eating some fatty junk food, always staring at the television set. Sure,
Ooh,
she's
that's
always had an
Oppenheimer.
unhelthy television habit, and she
it's
knows
not.
that
It's
trashy
Sherlock
talk
Holmes.
shows and silly soap operas are her biggest weakness. But it doesn't make any sense that she would be seeking them out when she's in some kind of fugue state, right?
This SCP seems
As the weeks
fine,
roll
guys.
by, the young
Oh, it
woman
doesn't.
finds that her weight keeps rising.
Seems good.
When she steps
get
onto the
really
bathroom
bad.
scale, she's
169.
shocked to see that the dial points to
169.
200
Oh,
pounds.
Mom!
She's doing everything right, she
Badooba-dooba.
thinks. How is that possible? How is it possible that she's ballooned up an extra 50
getting
pounds since
big.
deciding to slim down? She can't fit into her
Don't
old
laugh
gym
at
clothes
it.
anymore.
50 pounds?
She can
Adam, what are you laughing at? She's
didn't-
going through something serious.
I didn't laugh. I was shocked. I was like, oh no. Okay, Alec.
Walla walla walla.
What? I don't even know what Michael Jack's on. What? Wait, boing,
yeah,
yoing,
what?
yoing. All right, I'm. Can we stop pausing the video? I'm sorry, guys. Flame them in the comments. I haven't paused one time.
Fat, fatty.
I'm commenting right now. 10% video, 90% yapping.
More Beck Bros, more
That's
like
what the people
more Yap
want.
Bros.
Guys, we're all hanging out. We're all having fun, right?
We're just trying to watch this lady get clinically obese, okay? Shut up!
can barely tug the spandex shorts up to her thighs, even if she could.
Why
She's
is she
afraid
so
that they're going to split
hairy?
apart.
Oh.
In desperation,
That's what happens
she
when you eat
switches to an old
cheeseburgers.
stretchy sweatsuit. It's the only thing that she owns that still fits her.
Where's Waldo, guys?
This is just
That's
a
a real
temporary
question.
setback, she tells herself as she stares at her bloated reflection in the bathroom mirror. I just have to work harder. And she does.
Why is her
Or
bike in
does
her
she?
bathroom?
When she goes to ride her
is not holding
bike,
her
she
up.
finds that it's no longer strong enough to support her weight.
That's
She can't
insane.
perch on the seat comfortably, and the steel body frame starts to creak when she
That ain't
rests
even
her full
funny.
weight upon it.
She's really
She
trying
steals her
her hardest,
resolve.
guys.
Sure, it might be embarrassing to go out in public wearing an ill-fitting sweatsuit and riding a bike groaning under her bulk, but she really has no choice. This time, she's going to do it.
What is
And
the
she probably
SCP?
did ride her bike to work,
It's
right?
gotta be a parasite.
She's not sure. The next thing that she knows, she's back at home,
What the
spread
heck
across
is
the
going
couch,
on?
Dang it.
basking in the
How'd that
comforting
happen?
glow
Oh,
of the
she got the
television.
Oreo cookie mustache.
The floor is covered in empty bags and cartons, and her face is slathered
This is
with
that
crumbs and
freshman
sauce.
15 everybody was
The
warning me
last
about.
thing that she remembers is that she was just about to go for a bike ride, but now she's back at home, and it looks like she just completely
getting
ruined her
bad.
diet. She lifts her arm with some effort and stares at her watch. She's lost almost a
She's
whole
2,000
day.
pounds?
That's the longest blackout
She's gotta
yet.
be 250
She must have
pounds.
gone out cycling and made her way home, where she decided to reward herself for her strenuous efforts with a little snack. That's the only logic.
She's got you beat, Alex. She's got you beat by 4x.
At least Alex stops after a full pizza and 24 wings.
That
This is
does look
absurd.
like an amazing night, though. I gotta admit. That looks like fun.
Every once in a while, you gotta have yourself an SCP-2611 night. It's good for the soul.
I don't even know what the SCP is yet, though. Like, normally, you know, we would see it, or we would hear about it, or we would see, like, you know. But so far, just this lady that's blacking out and just eating and eating and eating even more.
I think this SCP is more of a metaphor for the world's silent killer, obesity.
Heart disease.
No, I think it's real.
As long as she doesn't start vaping, she's gonna be fine.
She tries to reassure herself that maybe she's past the worst of it, but she finds that these mysterious blackouts keep happening. They happen while she's at work, while she's at the gym, while she's out cycling, but she always comes to in the same place, sitting on her sofa at home,
gotta be
in front of the TV, surrounded by the debris of a massive meal. Again, she wonders if maybe she's having some sort of reaction to her new low-calorie diet. Maybe she's been cutting back so far on her food intake that she's starting to have fainting spells. Maybe her diet food is
know
tainted
about
in some
that.
way. But that doesn't explain why she
Oh,
keeps
no.
gaining weight. The scale in her bathroom doesn't lie.
yabba
It keeps
wabba
reporting
labba.
higher and
We're
higher
getting
numbers.
closer to Alex
And as
weight.
much as she tries to reassure
it's
herself
coming.
that it must just be broken, her
No,
ever-tightening
my
clothes and ever-widening reflection tell her otherwise. Her trips to the gym become less and less frequent
starting to look like
as she finds
Baymax.
that other patrons have started to stare and whisper about her. Are they laughing at her for
that's
not being
mean.
able to control her weight? Are they whispering about how her new flab is spilling
That
from the
guy kinda looked
confines
like
of her
you, Alex.
sweatsuit? She can't even run on
You
the
look
treadmill
cool.
for more than a few minutes
Thank you,
without being
guys.
completely winded, and she's too wide to balance on her
Orange hair
bike
guy was
now.
cool too.
Sheesh.
The young woman has grown absolutely massive,
football team
to the
needs
point
to
that she
sign her.
completely fills the whole couch. She chews her way through yet another bag of potato chips.
Oh wait,
She would make a really good hockey goalie.
this is Tammy, right?
My 600-pound sister?
Yeah, her, right? This is like kind of
Wait, you
similar.
have a 600-pound sister?
No,
I
that's,
don't.
that's the show
no,
name.
the TLC show.
Yeah, sure.
You guys could do my 600-pound mom.
Okay,
That would be
wait,
tough.
Where's this hate coming from?
Our mom is like 100 pounds. I think it would be like practically impossible to get her to 600.
That's true. She's tiny.
Chips, her eyes never straying from the ever-chattering television set. She barely moves
Dang,
from the
she's
spot,
looking
her
good.
tremendous girth
Bad
sinking
angle.
into a permanent groove in the cushions
Not her fault.
as the couch springs groan.
Look at those
She
leg
barely
veins.
notices,
Gosh
however,
dang!
because she's much too intent on enjoying herself.
Oh, this is
She
kind of
loves
sad
to eat,
now.
and every bite brings her untold joy, her taste buds tingling with delight. She is constantly full,
anyone else
so
hungry?
much so that she feels slightly
I've
sick,
been hungry this
so
entire
bloated
time.
that she
If she's
feels like she
constantly
might
full,
just
why should she
burst.
keep eating?
But she's powerless to resist the siren call
SCP.
of junk food. She scarfs down entire boxes of
Oh
cookies
my
and cartons of
God.
ice cream without
Oh,
a
I'm
thought,
actually so
having
hungry.
turned into the very
Wow.
definition of a mindless eater. Only occasionally does she rouse herself from this stupor of gorging to reach for her telephone, to order more takeout
Oh
or more
my
grocery
God.
delivery, always choosing the most calorie-laden options.
Oh.
Other than
You know it's bad when like the pizza place knows you by name. That's when it gets bad.
Why
I'm
did
not.
you say
I didn't
that?
even say.
Why did you say
Why
that?
are you looking at me, Alec? Like they know your name?
Because I know why you said that.
Does the pizza guy know your guy's name? Because you guys ordered
He
so
has
much?
no idea who I am.
Yeah. Luigi knows my name, okay? I answered the phone. Oh, Alec! Would you like a meat lovers pizza or Californian this time? I'll take both, Luigi. Oh, both today! Oh, you must have people over. No, Luigi, it's just me.
You got to get to the point where you just have like a button that you press it and it goes right to Luigi and he just knows.
He does. It's called what is it called when caller ID?
Speed dial?
Oh, speed dial. Yeah, speed. He's got speed dial.
her attention is television set. She watches a constant stream of daytime talk shows, laughing along with the studio audience as the hosts parade out an assortment of
Laughs in
society's
obesity.
biggest freaks. Sometimes she'll switch the channel to watch soap operas,
Queso be
becoming
like-
so wrapped up in the ridiculous plot twists and melodramatic acting that she completely
Adam, you
forgets the
watch
passage
Love
of
Island.
time.
Look at that
Her
mouse
bicycle
breather.
stands propped against the wall in the hallway, completely forgotten and untouched now for months. At this point, all thoughts of losing weight have utterly evaporated,
vegetables.
and all that she cares about is satisfying her appetites for junk food and junk
zooming in.
television. One day, she suddenly shakes her head and looks down at herself in horror, as if seeing herself for the first time. What the? She
might
says
not
in
even be able to
disbelief.
get up.
She drops her half-eaten carton of ice cream and grabs at her fleshy middle with her hands, as if to make sure that it's all her and not some kind of crazy dream.
I can do that too.
Her hands sink deep into her new flesh,
Jiggle,
and she
jiggle.
realizes to her shock that indeed she has
No.
eaten herself into morbid obesity.
Guys, it's not
How
her
is this
fault,
possible?
okay? It's the
I
SCP's
can't be this
fault.
big. I was
Let's
only
find out what it is.
Her words trail off as the sound of an organ sting from the soap opera on TV
Oh, she's back.
diverts her attention. Within seconds, her eyes have
organ?
glazed over, and her hands move to pick up the dropped
Oh, yeah.
carton of ice cream.
She's infected.
Her worries about her growing size forgotten. She's now only concerned with watching
This is
until the
sad.
next commercial break. It might
So it's
seem
a mind
unbelievable that
control
someone could
SCP.
undergo such a startling physical and mental transformation, but what that young woman experienced has led to her being classified by the Foundation as SCP-2611. SCP-2611 is, as you might have expected, a young woman currently weighing approximately 500 pounds.
She's the SCP. It's not an SCP that infected her. She is patient zero, guys. She is SCP-2611.
I don't know if that's confirmed. We got to keep watching.
That's kind of a flex, though. I would be SCP-6969 if I had the option.
Her mobility is limited due to her weight, although SCP staff encourage her to take light exercise whenever possible, in hopes of preventing her mobility from deteriorating further. She also suffers from several health issues related to her weight and lifestyle, including diabetes, for which she is receiving treatment by Foundation personnel. Her awareness of her situation and surroundings is severely limited, as she spends most of her time in a stupor. But when she is lucid, she believes that she is in a special facility receiving treatment for her weight problem.
It's a miracle
In reality,
she survived this.
SCP-2611 is under observation because of SCP-2611-1. SCP-2611-1 is a mass of sentient fat located on SCP-2611's left side. SCP-2611-1 has become integrated with several of SCP-2611's vital organs,
Here we
making
go.
it too
It
dangerous
eats
to
for
attempt to
her?
remove SCP-2611-1 via liposuction or other means. SCP-2611-1 has gradually exerted increasing control over the mind and actions of its
Here
host,
we go.
to the point that SCP-2611 is only fully conscious for 1 to 2 hours daily.
It kind of reminds me of those special mushrooms that take over insects and then they force them to do whatever it is that they want them to do. Kind of like that. One day, that could happen to us, guys. Mushrooms could take over the world. I don't know if you guys knew that.
No, that's not gonna happen. I think AI will take us over before anything else.
But what does
gonna
AI
get us.
stand for? Mushrooms.
Nope.
Allen Iverson.
The rest of the time,
Artificial intelligence,
SCP-2611-1 is fully in control of its host's behavior. Prior to coming to the SCP facility, SCP-2611-1 influenced its host to consume massive amounts of calories, leading to the mysterious and sudden weight gain that we observed earlier. This was possibly an attempt by SCP-2611-1 to increase its own size and influence, but as of yet, its reasons, as well as how it exerts control over its host, are unknown. When in control, SCP-2611-1 can speak through its host, communicating in standard American English.
Oh.
SCP-2611's access to
Weird.
food has been limited since her arrival
There
at
we
the
go.
Foundation,
What
so as
happens
to
when she
prevent her weight
blacks out?
gain from accelerating to dangerous levels. Other than eating, SCP-2611-1's main interest appears to be daytime television. Attempts to communicate with SCP-2611-1 have so far met with little success due to the anomaly's limited attention span for anything other than the minutiae of daytime television. In a conversation with one researcher, however, SCP-2611-1 let slip that it preferred daytime television to the programming watched by, quote, that other guy, suggesting that it lived inside a different host before it eventually took up residence within the body of
Wait a
SCP-2611. At another point, while in the middle of a conversation about a court drama, SCP-2611-1 suddenly announced, kill it now, I don't care if I die. Staff believe that this
Oh,
might not have been
that's so
SCP-2611-1 at all, but rather the voice of
Oh.
SCP-2611 trying to break
It's
through
the
the hypnotic
lady.
control of her parasite to call for help.
That's crazy.
At this time, no drastic action is recommended until further observations can
Take
be
it
made.
out!
SCP-2611-1 does not appear to be contagious, and the way that it bonds with the host is unknown, so it is currently classified as safe. At the moment, SCP-2611-1 is the only known instance of its kind.
Oh my gosh, I can't
However,
even breathe.
considering rising levels of obesity worldwide, it is not unfathomable to
What
think
the-
that there could be countless other instances influencing the behavior of other hosts to dedicate their lives to consuming food and television. Who knows? It's not like most of us would need that much convincing.
Nobody likes going to the dentist. The smell of the chemicals, the sound of the drill, the indignity of talking with someone's hands in your mouth. But as you settle into the dentist's chair, something about this particular visit feels especially
Oh, here we go.
Why are the hygienists looking at you like that? Who is this strange doctor entering the room? And why does your mouth feel so full all of a sudden?
Uh-oh.
You can't move,
Wait
you
a
can't
second,
scream,
hey,
and
yo!
your teeth, they're multiplying?
What?
The man has been ignoring his persistent toothache for several weeks, but he just can't take it anymore. The dull ache has become a head-pounding throb of pain that cuts through every single thought.
Ouches.
But of course, he waited far too long to treat it, and now here he is on a Sunday evening, trying to find a dentist who will give him an appointment.
Get to the dentist, dude.
It's not his fault, he tells himself. He's been terrified of the dentist since he was a little kid.
Are you guys scared of the dentist?
I'm not
Yes.
scared of the dentist, but I will say I do have very sensitive teeth, especially like my bottom teeth, so I don't like going to the dentist. In fact, I actually haven't gone to the dentist in about 10 years. So I should-
Actually?
Yeah, so I should probably go.
Yeah, you're supposed to go, they say, like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Have you had any cavities?
Well, I haven't been in 10 years, so no. But my teeth feel fine. Like, I don't have any tooth pain or anything. Although my bottom teeth are, like, not aligned anymore, so I should probably get that fixed.
I do not like the dentist. I don't like all the tools that they use. I don't like how they try to talk to me when I can't talk back. And I really don't like the part where you have to like spit into the little area and there's a lot of blood and stuff from,
No, that's
you
the
know,
best
not
part.
flossing.
Yeah, that's the only
That's
part I
literally
like.
the best part. What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
like that part. It's
Oh,
just,
what
I
flavor do
don't
you
like
guys
blood.
get? What flavor? I get orange flavor.
Bubblegum.
Wait, Alec, you haven't been there in 10 years, but you remember the flavor?
Yeah.
I get
mean,
cherry.
that's- Yeah, exactly.
Comment down below what you
Pain
guys
that
do with the
counteracts
dentist.
that kind of phobia, but now he's reached that threshold. As he's browsing the internet, desperate to find an office
What
that's open on
website's he
Sundays,
on?
he spots an ad.
Craigslist.
Dr. Hendricks,
Nope.
dentistry 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Nope.
Nope.
The man isn't sure how that's possible, but the pain
Don't
has made
do
him
it.
desperate. So he calls the number on.
If a dentist has the same hours as 7-Eleven, you do not go to that dentist, guys. I don't know if anybody out there needs to hear this, but do not go.
Maybe the dentist is just an entrepreneur.
And makes an appointment. The receptionist sounds a bit funny on the phone, like she has something in her mouth.
looks a little
but
strange,
he brushes
too.
it off. 15 minutes later, he's walking into the office and checking
this
in
place
at the
isn't that
reception
bad.
desk.
Looks
It
clean.
looks
The woman
great.
sitting there looks a bit unusual, but
She
his
looks
mother
fine.
raised him not to stare,
What's
so he gives
behind
her a
the
polite,
mask?
distant nod,
Hey, look, he's
declines
the
her
one
request
unusual.
to inspect his teeth for herself, and ignores the strange feeling in his gut at her words. Instead,
I have an early prediction. Because they said that, like, there's more extra teeth or whatever, something like that. My prediction is that these dentists steal the teeth of their patients and then put it in their own mouth. And that lady probably has like 500 teeth in her mouth, and that's why she's covering it with a mask. That's my prediction.
Oh,
They
it's just like-
steal teeth.
This is like the dark side of the tooth fairy.
And I think, too, that they're probably going to infect whoever comes in, right? They're going to steal their teeth, but also these people are going to go away with some sort of SCP anonymous powers that they're just not going to know. And then they're going to get home and they're going to have, like, weird stuff start happening.
Could be.
he continues on to the exam room and
Evil
waits for the
grandma.
doctor to take his pain away. He waits for quite some time
3
until he
minutes.
begins to worry that the dentist forgot about him. Or perhaps this office really was too good to be true,
DDS.
and this is some sort of scam.
Don't do
But then
science.
the door opens, and
Wow, he
in
looks
comes
nice.
Dr. Hendricks with a cheerful demeanor and a smile in his eyes.
Dr.
His mouth is
Hendricks.
covered with a surgical mask, so the man can't
They
be certain.
definitely do have
But
a
he
ton
seems
of
like he's
teeth under those
definitely
masks.
smiling. It's a good thing the man came in so quickly, the dentist assures him. His teeth are in dire straits. But don't worry, he's in very, very good hands. And by the time he walks out of the office,
dang, go
he'll
ahead.
be in great shape.
Why is he
The
looking
man
like that,
asks the
though?
dentist if he can be put under for the procedure in order to prevent him from panicking. The dentist laughs uproariously at this request, but he agrees. He places
What's
a
wrong
gas
with this
mask
guy?
over the man's face, and the hissing sound of the gas fills the room. The man's eyes grow heavy, and the sterile white room fades to
Oh,
black.
Don't ever
He's
get put to
going
sleep.
The man
under.
wakes up. He's sitting on the sidewalk outside of
What?
the office, a plastic bag of mini mouthwash clutched in his hand, and his mouth.
It's
oh
gone.
God, his mouth. It's aching like nothing he's ever felt before.
They're falling out.
But something else is wrong
Are
too.
all the teeth
He reaches
gone?
up to feel around his mouth with his fingers, and all the color drains from his face. His mouth is absolutely crowded with teeth. So many teeth, his tongue can't move without
it was
picking
the
up.
opposite, Alec. He got more teeth. They didn't steal his teeth. They gave him all the teeth.
Maybe it's like a temporary thing. Maybe they gave him something, like they injected something so he grows a ton of teeth. Then they're gonna steal it all. Something like that. Maybe.
Because now he's forced to go back. He's forced to go back now.
He has to go back.
Oh,
Well,
and then
he
they can put it under their pillow to get lots of money from the tooth fairy.
That's the play.
Genius.
I'm starting to get it now.
That's the play.
Expected to leave the dentist with one tooth missing, but instead, somehow, he has 30 more than he started with.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately for this man, who only wanted to have a toothache treated, he stumbled into the clutches of SCP-5150.
Yikes.
SCP-5150 is a dental office located outside the northwestern perimeter of Indianapolis, Indiana.
Not going there.
The office building occupies an area of approximately 140 square meters, and the interior measures 115
It looks
square
nice.
meters.
That's like 5
The building is
feet.
unremarkable in every way, with the exception of an electrical sign above the building's front entrance, which reads, Dr. John Hendricks, DDS.
It is.
Inside the building, there are 6 rooms and several anomalous entities designated SCP-5150-1, SCP-5150-2, and SCP-5150-3.
What about the fourth guy?
SCP-5150-1 is the dental office's receptionist. Of course, as you may have already gathered, she is no ordinary receptionist. The entity has standard humanoid features, with the exception of the oral cavity.
These types of SCPs always creep me out. They give me the heebie-jeebies because they seem like they're normal, right? Like every single day you go around and you see strangers, you see people, you could meet somebody like this and you just can't help but think, is something weird going on? Are they actually human? Could they be a humanoid SCP in disguise and they're trying to trick me? There's a lot of SCPs like that and they freak me out.
I think Adam could be an SCP, now that you put it that way. Because Adam does freak me out sometimes. Like when he looks at you, it kind of looks like he's looking through you, not really at you. There's something a little bit off with him. Yeah.
Looking into your soul.
I don't like it.
That's not creepy at all.
You want a cookie?
I would definitely rather be an SCP than be a victim of an SCP. Unless it's the tickle monster.
Dude, being an
Then I'm
SCP
fine.
would be so much fun. What do you mean? I would love to be an SCP than be a human.
That's what I'm saying.
That's literally what Jack just said.
No, but I'm not even saying rather than be a victim. I'd rather just be a SCP.
That's what Jack literally just said.
No,
Yeah,
he said
I
I'd
wanna
rather
be an
be
SCP.
an SCP than be a victim of an SCP.
If you're gonna copy what Jack
Except
says,
it's
you might as
the
well just give him
tickle
credit.
monster.
Yeah.
The entity's maxillary and mandibular bones, upper and lower jaw, are disfigured and mutilated and have been noted to have missing incisors, extra canines,
Make it
and
go
molar
away!
bones.
Poking
The
out.
entity seems to have an intense interest in human teeth, and once she has gotten her hands on some, her anomalous properties will begin to manifest notably. She will insert stolen human teeth into her mouth and into her gums. This appears to be intended to correct the issues with her oral cavity, but the exact motivation for this behavior is still unknown. Anyone who enters SCP-5150 must
I don't
interact
like
with
it.
Keep that mask on,
SCP-5150-1 at her
you
reception desk
dirty-
in order to
you
continue
dirty
through
girl.
or exit the building, regardless
That's
of how much aggression
gross.
she displays
Oh
toward
my
them.
God.
SCP-5150-2 refers to several anomalous dental
Whoa, they're
hygienists that
twins.
populate the entirety of SCP-5150, with the exception of the waiting area. These entities resemble the receptionist, but move more freely throughout the building rather than being confined behind a desk. They are similarly aggressive and will attack human subjects in order to apprehend them and bring them into one of the examination
Got
rooms.
her.
They carry a variety of dental instruments on their person and will happily
Being
use
an
these
SCP is
instruments as
awesome.
weapons in order to subdue their victims. Once the hygienists have taken a human subject to an exam room, they will strap them to an operating
Wait, never
table
mind.
and prepare them to meet the remaining entity
I take that
lurking
back.
within the office. Then it's time for the unfortunate human subject
Dang, bro,
to
this
meet
is
the dentist
crazy.
himself, SCP-5150-3,
The doctor.
also known as Dr. John
Let her
Hendricks.
go!
This entity spends his
Let
time
her
in the
go!
examination rooms as well as his personal office. When he is presented with a patient, he will begin to insert teeth directly into their mouth, where they will anomalously take root and result in extreme cases of hyperdontia.
Oh my God.
This has confused me because aren't they trying to get teeth to put it in their own mouths, but now they're putting teeth into the girl's mouth? These people are sick. They can't even make up their minds what they want to do. They steal teeth, they put teeth, they steal teeth, they
You
put.
didn't listen at all. They put in one tooth to create what's called hyperdontia, which then promotes more tooth growth from those patients. So then they
Oh.
put in one tooth to get 30 back. They have hyperdontia. I think you have hypernausea and also hyperdumia.
Are you guys curious?
That's not a real thing.
About the kids are mainly the people that go to the dentist, and we haven't seen a single kid go into this dentist
bro, I
yet.
don't care about them kids. Don't care about the kids. I care about her.
Just
though.
saying, sometimes SCPs react differently to children, especially like Dr. Wondertainment, if you guys remember him. All of his contractions
don't know what you do in your free
interact
time.
differently with children. So I'm curious if they'll get into that.
Why? I don't like that you're that
I
curious
was not thinking about
to be
kids at
honest.
all.
Yeah.
You're the only one thinking
last
about kids right now.
The last time you
you're
were at
the
the
only one
dentist,
thinking about
Alec, you were what, 15 years old? That was when you were a child. What if you went in here? Would
No, he
you
was-
get hyperdontia? Or
Jack,
would bad things happen?
10 years ago, Alec was like 20.
That's not true, guys.
He was 17.
Don't have to
Almost a
expect
full
anything
adult.
like that.
The source of these additional teeth is currently unknown. Once the operation is complete and Dr. Hendricks is satisfied with the amount of teeth he has forced into his patient's
gosh.
mouth, he will then
brother.
attempt to give the subject a plastic
ugly.
bag containing a variety of over-the-counter oral health
Take your
care products.
toothpaste.
These can include a toothbrush, dental floss,
At least he's nice about
mouthwash, and toothpaste. The subjects will not be allowed to leave the building without taking this bag with them. Analysis of these products has not revealed any anomalous properties. On July 9th,
Hey, it's my
2023,
birthday!
the SCP Foundation
birthday.
conducted an investigation of SCP-5150. Subject
my God.
D457142 was ordered to investigate and explore the building.
Nope.
He was equipped with a camera and microphone, as well as a chocolate bar, which was placed in his pocket for emergency use.
What?
Control
Wait.
lead was assigned to Bobby Daniels, and Marcus Drago and Andrew Fuller were additional team members on the
Do you
investigation.
guys think that maybe because the dentists are so pro tooth and mouth health that they're anti-candy, so that they're scared of candy maybe?
Yeah, it's gonna make them really mad because it's gonna give them cavities and they want perfect teeth to extract. And then they're probably gonna touch him because he's trying to eat candy.
Yeah,
Adam, show us your canines. Oh yeah, they would definitely take those.
D457142 approached the building, but hesitated before going inside. He asked what would happen after he entered the building, but Daniels refused to
tell him.
elaborate. His questions
The
went
SCPs
unanswered.
are gonna notice
With
that
no
huge
other
microphone
option,
right there.
D457142 entered the building. When he opened the door, a doorbell dinged to signal his entry. As the door closed behind him, he could
He's
hear a
trapped.
click as the lock slid into place. This sent the man into a state of anxiety, and he attempted to open the door. It wouldn't
ain't getting
budge.
out.
He called out to Control over the microphone, begging them to unlock the door, promising that he would not run. Daniels at Control explained that he couldn't do anything about it, as the Foundation had no control over the doors. That lock was all SCP-5150's
They
doing.
got him.
After some hemming and hawing, D457142 had no option but to proceed and continue into the waiting area of SCP-5150. Inside, he saw a row of 4 chairs, a smattering of assorted toys common to any medical waiting room, and more chairs. There, off to the side, was the counter, and behind a sheet of glass with a small opening approximately 1.2 meters tall and 0.8 meters wide, the receptionist was waiting. Strangely, the camera feed was not able to pick up any of the receptionist's physical features, leaving the test
Whoa.
subject alone to observe
That's
her
interesting.
and try to
Vampires?
make sense of what he was seeing. Nothing was especially out of the ordinary in the room at first glance, aside from the episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer playing on one of the waiting room TVs.
That's kind of cool.
The subject walked through the room, taking note of everything that he saw. Then he turned to face the receptionist. The receptionist was dressed in a white-collared shirt
Hey,
with a
yo.
white face mask covering her mouth. There was a sheet of paper directly in front of her. She greeted the test subject. "Hello, sir. Can I help you schedule an appointment?" Unsure of what else to do, the test subject played along. He asked her how to proceed with scheduling,
There's
and
no
the
way out.
receptionist handed him a pen and directed him toward the paper in front of her.
He's about to
She
sign his
instructed
life
him
away.
to sign and then wait for his appointment with Dr. Hendricks in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Once the subject signed the paper, the receptionist stated, "Now, before you can enter, there's one thing I'll need to see."
Your
The
teeth.
subject agreed, asking what she needed to see. The receptionist responded, "Your teeth, of course. May I see them?"
Calm down, lady.
As you might
Take me
expect,
out to
drooling.
dinner
the test
first.
subject found the request
She wants a new
off-putting
canine.
and inquired why she might need to see his teeth. She responded in a friendly tone.
Don't make her mad.
"I'm currently taking online classes for dentistry and I need experience.
Liar!
Occasionally patients will let me take a look at their teeth
Liar!
so I can predict how well an
She
appointment
lying.
with Dr. Hendricks will go. Will you let me try with you?" The subject relented, opening his mouth. As soon as he did, the receptionist reached out and grabbed hold of the lower
my
left
God.
quadrant of the man's jaw.
Give him a
The
kiss.
receptionist praised the man's teeth, exclaiming how clean they were. Then she quickly
That's
pulled
not
a pair of
good.
pliers from underneath her desk, clamping them to the bottom central incisors of the subject's mouth.
Why is he letting her do
Pulled
that?
herself with a sudden, sharp yank, extracting the teeth from the subject's mouth in less than 1 second. The test subject recoiled, clutching at his mouth and screaming
Ow.
in pain and shock. Blood dripped
Why
onto
did-
the camera
what
lens
the-
as the subject struggled to wipe it away. He stumbled toward a nearby tissue box,
Oh my gosh.
grabbing a fistful of tissues to sop up the blood
She's
and stem
crazy.
the flow. Meanwhile, the receptionist went about her
I would
business.
sock her.
She
I would
stared
sock
at the
her
2
right in the
bloody
jaw.
teeth in her hand, admiration in her eyes.
She probably has super strength.
Next, she removed her face mask, revealing her disfigured oral cavity, and began to forcefully insert the new teeth into empty areas
Nah,
of her
bro,
gums.
this is not cool.
As
Oh,
the
she
subject
likes
backed
it. She
away
likes
from the
it too
reception desk
good.
in horror, the receptionist called out, "Dr. Hendricks can see you now, sir.
No!
Please head to room 3 for your examination."
This be
Of
crazy.
course, the subject was reluctant to continue into the building, but Control insisted that he go through the door leading to the exam rooms. At first,
Find
he
the nearest
refused,
window and
but
jump.
After a reminder that he was locked in and the promise of a medical team waiting for him after the investigation was finished, he saw no option but to move forward.
That's crazy.
So he tossed his bloody wad of tissue paper in the trash and pushed through the next
He
set
didn't
of
say
doors.
anything to her?
As before, he could hear the click of the lock behind
Bless
him,
you.
trapping him inside.
I would have slapped that grandma silly.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I would
And
have hit
then
her
what?
with the
And then
front
what?
hand, with the backhand, and then finish her with that little nucky sandwich.
Give her them
She doesn't
knuckles,
feel
kid.
pain. These SCPs, they have superhuman abilities.
I don't
Alex. She
care.
would
I
have made
don't
you
care.
look
I will
silly.
make her feel pain. I would strap her down and beat her to a pulp.
She would grab your hand, twist you sideways, say, "Come here, sweetie," give you a kiss on the cheek, and then pull your teeth out
Yeah.
one by one.
She pulls my teeth out, I'll rip her ears off, okay? I can play that game all day. I'll rip her hair out, I'll get the tweezers and give her purple nurples, I'll do whatever. I don't care. I'm not letting a grandma rip my tooth out and doing nothing about it, period.
I'd pay to see this matchup. Alec v. Grandmom.
I would pay to beat up a grandma, that sounds amazing.
Stop the Alec hate.
100 likes, 100 likes on this video.
If you guys want to see your grandma get beat up, put her information down below. We're taking all inquiries.
We're taking
pulling up.
Nana, we're taking Grandma, we'll even take Granddad.
Anyone.
He stepped
Alec is the new
carefully
Jake
into the
Paul.
hallway, pressing his body against the left side of the wall as the sudden sound of laughter echoed through the hall.
All right, that is creepy.
Where was it coming
That's from
Who
Doors.
could be laughing somewhere like this?
It's the twins.
He wasn't sure he wanted to know the answer. He continued through the hall, edging along the wall.
He's edging.
Suddenly, he froze,
Along the
Against
wall.
the
crouching
wall.
down to hide as one of the hygienists
That grandma's
exited the
edging.
nearby door. The entity passed him
She's
without
putting
noticing,
teeth in her mouth.
entering another exam room. The subject continued until he reached the far side of the hallway, where a door with the nameplate Johnny Hendricks
Here's
was waiting.
Johnny.
He opened the door and entered.
Oh,
There was no one inside.
Hi, John. Your
He checked in with
receptionist
Control,
took out my
asking for
tooth.
instructions on what to do next. Control
in.
advised him to look for anything that could potentially be important.
Go in, you little
Documents,
little
research
pansy.
papers, journal pages, anything that might shed some light on the nature of SCP-5150. He obeyed and began to search the
Everything's
desk,
gonna be
but
empty.
found it was empty. Just then, the door to the office opened, and a hygienist called out to the subject, "What are you doing? We have another room waiting for you." At this point, cornered and with nowhere to run, the test subject
Fight.
grabbed his emergency chocolate bar and unwrapped it.
What is this gonna do?
At the sight of the sugary treat, the hygienist screamed
Oh my God.
and backed away.
It worked.
Oh, it actually worked?
Two
actually
other
did.
entities appeared,
It's like a
wielding sharp
crucifix
double-sided
or
probes
upside down
used during
cross in a
dental
vampire,
examinations.
whatever.
The three entities
Oh my
advanced
God.
toward the subject.
Oh my god!
In a panic, he threw the chocolate bar.
throw
Oh, maybe
and
they
collided
like
with
it.
The third
Maybe they
hygienist.
like it.
The entity shrieked, its mouth beginning to bleed as its teeth rapidly decayed. But now,
This
the
is
subject was
gross,
left
but
unarmed
so
and could
cool.
not defend himself against
They're
the assault
pieces
of
of
the other
chocolate.
two entities. They grabbed
Why
hold
don't
of
you
him,
throw the whole bar,
one entity
dummy?
stabbing the subject with the probe, while the other bit down on his exposed forearm,
Now
hard
they're
enough
just
to draw
zombies.
blood and crack the bone. As he cried out in pain and fear, with no one able to save him, the subject was dragged to exam room
Oh my God,
3.
they're gonna do it.
There, the hygienist
Oh
strapped him
my
down on
gosh.
an operating table, tying him in place with leather straps. "You can trust us, sir," one of the entities said. "We'll just need to pull some teeth before the dentist arrives."
Oh,
Dude, this
point,
is like
the
a
entities
weird
removed the
Japanese
subject's
anime.
two
So
lower
much.
canines
Oh my God,
and
at least
3
numb him
molars,
up.
all while he remained
This
conscious
is-
and screaming. Then the door opened, and another entity came
dentist
into
is
the room.
here?
The doctor was in. At the sight of the dentist, the test subject began to spit various expletives. Dr. Hendricks
bleep,
met the
bleep,
verbal
bloop,
assault
blop, bleep,
with an
blop, bloop.
amused chuckle. "What a tongue! Why so harsh?"
Is he about to pull his tongue?
"Don't worry, this is for your own good. I know it may be scary, but It'll all be done
Alec,
with
don't ever
soon."
go back to the dentist.
The dentist spotted the camera, removing it from the
I'm
subject's
canceling
body.
my upcoming
Is
appointment.
this for a home video? Well, no matter. Technically, this does break some patient-doctor confidentiality laws, but I can let this one slide. Here, let me get this at an angle where it can record better. He placed the
Oh, he
camera in the
likes
far
it.
right corner of the room, where it captured video of both the subject
He wants
and
to
Dr.
get caught.
Hendricks. All the while, the subject's mouth continued to bleed. The dentist continued to speak. There we go, much better. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. By the looks of it, it seems like they've already started. It's a shame. Your teeth aren't looking so great right now, but that's why you're here. I can help make it all better. The dentist
you,
retrieved
though?
several
I can't
medical
even
cleaning
look.
supplies from the side of the room, as well as an array of syringes. Then, he was ready to work. The test subject's nightmare was far from over.
What?
The dentist elevated the operating chair and inserted a
least
Jennings
put him to
gag
sleep.
device into the subject's mouth in order to keep it open. What happened next could have been briefly mistaken for an ordinary teeth cleaning, other circumstances aside. The dentist used a dental mirror and several tools to pick and scrape at the remaining teeth in the subject's mouth, as if checking for plaque and tartar. Next, however, things got a bit more gruesome. He swapped the probing tools for a dental drill. He began to
I
dig
hate
into
this
the
one.
subject's gums and inner cheeks. The drill was used on the subject's mouth for a duration of 15 minutes.
15?
If you're concerned about the lack of
Is he getting
anesthetic
the
used
wisdom
during these
teeth out?
procedures, allow me to clarify that various high-quality anesthetics were administered.
Oh, okay.
However, they were injected in the wrong locations or at insufficient
So,
dosages to adequately reduce the subject's
All right.
pain. Sadly,
All
he was
right.
fully aware of every agonizing sensation. After 2 hours, the dentist cheerfully
is
remarked,
crazy.
"We're almost done with the cleaning." He added, "You're doing just fine. See, I know you wouldn't be so snappy after I started my work. Don't worry, I'll just have to do
He's
one more
putting the
thing.
infect shit in.
But before I can do that, I'll have to move your camera. I can't allow this to be recorded. You understand,
Oh,
right?"
this is the secret
so
He
sauce.
turned the camera so
creepy.
that the lens faced the wall, preventing any visuals of what
Thank
happened
God.
next from being captured.
I don't want to see.
This is especially unfortunate, given that this was the point in the procedure at which the dentist's anomalous abilities manifested. The nature of these abilities is still, sadly, unknown. All that was captured by the microphone was moans of pain and the sounds
still
of crunching
listening in?
as the subject's new teeth crowded into his gum line.
Oh.
After 20 minutes, the procedure was complete, and the dentist handed the subject a bag filled with various oral care items.
For what?
Eventually, the subject was able to exit the building. When he emerged, he was pale and shaking, with
That is
splatters of blood
disgusting.
down his shirt, and an
Bro.
extreme case of hyperdontia. There were so many teeth present in the subject's mouth that he was unable to speak coherently. He was then taken to Site 334's infirmary, where his hyperdontia was treated, and he was debriefed. After treatment, he was given amnestics and released. At this point, any further experimentation with
Oh, he's cool now.
SCP-5150 was suspended, pending the judgment of the Ethics Committee. No follow-ups were conducted with the test subject. Still, I would be personally curious to know if his ordeal left him with a lifelong phobia
Yeah.
of the dentist,
Yeah.
even after the application of amnestics.
No duh.
I certainly don't believe I would ever be the same again.
I mean, this is basically what every young child thinks going to the dentist is like. I remember when I was younger, I thought like, this is what happens at the dentist. They're gonna pull out all of my teeth.
Well, especially when getting braces on. That was like the most horrifying dentist experience of my life. That was terrible. Well, it's
You wanna
just
keep talking
hours.
about it?
It's just like a 3-hour long procedure, and you know, and it hurts the whole time. And they got like, and then your mouth hurts really bad afterwards. It's terrible. And it did all my bottom teeth too. And then I never wore my retainer. And then my wisdom teeth came in, and then now everything kind of came together. So it's my fault.
I got my wisdom teeth out. That's why I'm so dumb.
SCP-5150 was placed under containment within Provisional Site 334.
Do not let anybody in there ever again.
A disinformation campaign and cover story for this provisional site was established concerning the fictional Hops Railroad Company. This was intended to hide SCP-5150 and any of its related media, including poster advertisements, newspaper articles, and social media posts. In the event of unauthorized access to SCP-5150, all personnel were required to be detained and immediately transferred to the on-site infirmary upon exiting the building. Excess teeth would be removed and stored there, and personnel would be given a thorough evaluation before being given Class C amnestics. All on-site personnel who interacted with SCP-5150 in an approved capacity were required to carry one candy bar containing a minimum of 35 grams of sugar at all times. You may be wondering why these containment
Feastables.
procedures are detailed in the past tense. Well, there's a reason for that choice.
They
The
blew
current
it up.
containment procedures are no longer up to date. as the anomaly is no longer adequately contained.
Thank you. Wait,
As
wait,
of August
no.
1st,
What?
2023, the building originally designated as SCP-5150
They
is
moved.
completely absent
No.
of anomalous entities or paranormal activity.
Where they at?
It is unknown how or why this shift took place, but the anomaly appears to have moved rather than
Where?
disappeared. On September 22nd, 2023, posters advertising the dental practice of one Dr. John Hendricks
Blow it
were
up.
reported near the city of Greenwood, Indiana. All personnel assigned to Provisional Site 334 have been given a new directive: relocate and recontain SCP-5150 wherever it is migrated to. The dental health of innocent people depends on it. Remember
Yes.
to take good care of your teeth, brush and floss every day, and be sure to attend your regular dental checkups. And of course, always count your teeth before and after an appointment, just in case. The dentist recoils in horror, his instruments clattering to the ground
Not
as
the
the patient's
dentist.
thrashing
I hate the
legs kick at
dentist.
the table, sending equipment flying.
The dentist
He's
does bad
screaming,
things.
screeching in agony as the things in his mouth keep pushing out. They're not tough.
I'd rather
Thin,
just get a cavity.
slim, and pointed like
Yo!
needles,
What is that?
pulsing and wriggling like living
That's
things.
what happens when you get a car
Another
crash with a
stray
toothpick
kick
in your
connects
mouth.
with the dentist,
Oh
pushing
my
him back
gosh,
on the wheels
that's
of the
just
stool,
not one
which then
toothpick, bro.
slides
That's
out
like
from under him
17.
and sends him
Is
down
he the one
onto
that
the
did
floor
that?
too. He scrambles
No,
back,
my
hiding
dude, look
under
at his
your
face.
desk
Out of
as
there.
he watches, trembling with the
Bro, this
icy
is
shudder
bad. I don't like
of
this.
This is disgusting.
eyes locked
I don't know
on
who
the
to feel bad
patient
for, the
and
dentist or this
things
guy.
crawling out
Looks
of
like he
his
has a bunch
mouth.
of warts.
Maybe he's transforming into a werewolf. Jack, don't pause it there. Jack, keep the video playing.
I didn't pause
Jack,
it.
is this what your mouth felt like, Jack?
Oh, it was worse. It was worse than this. This looks like the Sandworm from Star Wars.
He can get his mouth really wide open.
Yeah, it's real wide.
There's dozens
probably
of
one of
them,
those kids that
maybe
can one bite an
hundreds of
apple.
needle-like
Oh
creatures
my
seemingly
gosh.
trying to claw their way
I mean, he's
out,
clearly
like the man's
British.
face
Look at
is
those teeth.
determined to tear itself into pieces through some relentless force of spite. So
I can't even watch this right now.
It's called forth
Make
these
it
But if he
stop.
closes his
spines
mouth,
to do
he
the
bites his
job.
Oh
tongue.
my gosh, why can't we just
One
watch
Get
of
him out
Jimmy?
of his misery.
No, do not,
please
do not.
Please don't put
rupturing through from underneath,
stop
punctuated
this
by a
video.
rush of red and another
We
screech
don't need
of
Jack to come
agonizing
back
pain.
anymore.
This
Jack,
is
you
the
can go back.
creepiest and
His
weirdest
desperation.
start to an SCP
The
video.
patient fumbling with his open wound with one hand, staining his palm
disgusting.
while trying to work the tiny rinsing
way.
sink next to the dental chair.
You can't
What
fix
is
that.
that going to do?
How do you
The tiny
fix
jet
that?
of water does little
That's
to
like
soothe
trying to
the
put out a
injury,
fire with
only
oil.
washes away the copper taste for a second.
How's he not
before
bleeding
yet
a lot?
another
I don't
spike
understand.
Splits open the man's lip.
What even happened? Why
Oh,
is this
there
even
it
happening?
On the
goes.
floor, hunched
I think
under the
he's turning
desk,
into
the dentist
a beast.
can't move, can't do anything,
why?
save for keeping his
don't know,
surgical
maybe
mask
his
firmly
parents are
against his
werewolves.
face with trembling fingers.
He's being taken
The
over.
patient lurches
Or a
over,
cactus.
screaming
I think his
louder,
parents are
tears
cactus.
streaming
Oh
down
my
his
gosh,
face,
he's turning
quickly
into a
becoming
cacti.
less and less recognizable as human below the nose. For the first time in his entire career,
Dentist, do something!
the dentist
Do your
is scared
job!
for his life.
Somebody should
A
seriously
routine
call the
procedure.
doctor.
That was all it was
Ready
meant
a
to be.
flashback.
Some nasty pain in his jaw, the patient had said. Now, that same man looks more like a
Why are they
monster
jump scaring
as
me?
the living spikes continue to poke their way
This
out
looks like
from his
Alex
gums,
Acme.
Oh
hooking
my
through his
gosh.
cheeks
I
and
can see
lips,
this being a
as if
horror
trying to
movie.
climb out of his face like the legs of
Nah,
an
I'm kidding.
angry spider.
Your skin is clear,
Then
baby.
comes the sound of bone cracking,
Let's go, Alex,
splitting in
2024.
two, followed
Dude,
by
this
a
is
hollow
scarier
sob
than
of pain
Skibbity.
from the
I'm just trying to
patient.
say anything that gets me
The
off
noise
of this
makes
screen.
the dentist's stomach lurch, as if he's going to be sick any second. And as the patient crawls towards him, it only gets
No.
worse.
Is he
The
trying to
man's
spread the
face is
disease to
covered
him?
in tears and sweat. Blood and drool pour from his mouth.
Ah, it's gross.
The sounds of his jaw cracking and breaking get louder, each time making him writhe and cry at the agony.
Okay, somebody needs to put him out of his misery. Somebody has to do something now because this guy's clearly gonna die.
This might be the worst SCP of all time because most other SCPs, they kill you instantly, but this one looks to be like the most painful that we've ever seen.
Do you guys know, like, when you get a sore throat, you have that spray bottle that numbs it?
Yeah, yeah.
If I was that guy, I would just go crazy.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I would see how fast I could eat a Pop-Tart. That's the first thing I would try to do.
Of course, even after in all this pain and agony, you'd be thinking about food.
There's absolutely no
You could
way,
probably eat
dude.
so quick, like literally one chew, everything is like microscopic and then you swallow.
I don't think he can even close his mouth right now.
You could be the fastest eater ever.
Can we please get off of this pause screen? I'm getting the EBGBs.
This is disgusting.
I don't like it. I don't want to look at it, but I can't take my eyes
Patient
away. It's
crawls
like a
to the
bad car
cowering
crash.
Dentist, the lower half of his face a mess of broken bone and spine
Don't
stabbing
look at
through
me
his
like that.
skin. He makes a sound, a garbled, half-wailed noise distorted by the pain.
So what
in
is
his
this
breaking
SCP?
jaw.
I don't know. We don't
Is
know
he
anything
the
about it yet.
SCP?
Help.
SCP-611. That's
Then
all we
the
know.
next
I have
crunch
a feeling
happens,
that the
forcing
doctor
the
did
jaw
something.
open.
No!
The patient's cheeks split like wet paper,
No,
torn apart by
it
the
got
pointed
worse.
ends of the
I
growing
actually-
It
spikes.
got worse.
I
He
actually
drops
can't look.
lifelessly to
I
the
actually
floor,
can't look. This is
all
so
of a
gross.
sudden still
I'm not looking.
and
Don't
silent.
tell me this is Shy
Where
Guy
only
again.
seconds ago, he was screaming in pain and fear.
No,
the
that is
dentist
Cacti
crawls
Man.
apprehensively out from under the desk and stares in disbelief.
Keep that mask on. You don't know if that's
at the sickening
contagious.
sight of the man's body before him.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he's
They're
dead,
still
right?
Oh,
yeah,
it's
he's-
still moving.
They're
dead.
still wriggling out of
I
the
think
bloody,
this is a
broken
cactus
half of
SCP.
the
I'm
face
calling
that
it
the
now.
patient has
Oh,
left.
wait, those are
Whatever
toothpicks.
these growths were,
Oh, I did
these
say that.
spines, they're alive. A few are literally climbing out of the dead man's
Is this a
cheeks
toothpick
like
SCP?
insects,
How are they
crawling
moving?
erratically over his glassy, open
Dude,
but
what's going on with his
empty
eyeballs?
eyes.
No, I missed it.
The dentist hears the
No,
muffled
it's
noise
looking
of
for
commotion
more
from
people
outside
to
his office
infect.
door, of police arriving at the scene. No doubt after his assistant overheard the agonized screams and called the emergency services. But part of
Well,
the
thank
dentist
God,
doesn't
somebody did
register
something
the sounds
good.
as real. He ignores it, too fixated on the things now climbing their way out of the dead patient
They're
on
heading
the
right
floor.
towards him. They gotta be.
They look like toothpicks, slender and pointed at each side, but their movement is
heck?
quick. Definitely
So,
insect-like, but
They're
also
gonna need a flamethrower.
familiar.
Living insects.
Then one lifts off the patient's lifeless face into the air,
What?
hovering
What?
around the office,
They have
tapping
wings?
against the window.
Bugs.
Flies.
They're flying.
They're
It's like the Harry
flies.
Potter keys.
A sudden,
you
piercing
serious?
cold shard of fear strikes
Oh,
the
he knows
dentist.
Oh my
something.
God.
He knows
It just
something.
stabbed him in
He
his
can't
booty
let
cheek, I
anyone
think.
in because
is
the flies
horrible.
might get out. Then his mind wanders to the others in the waiting room. The patient's
God, they're gonna
friends,
get infected.
The other tourists all complaining of pain in
No.
their jaws.
Oh
They were
no!
carrying more of these things.
He's
They'd
surrounded.
contracted parasites.
He's surrounded.
In the blur that follows, the dentist remembers his first port of call had been to contact the CDC, warn them there was a potentially dangerous parasitic
No.
infestation in the area.
Potentially? What do
Then
you mean
the other group
potentially?
shows up not long
Get
after.
the Men in Black in here now.
Yep.
Secretive specialized
Oh, it's the
division.
SCPs.
They never give names, never flash badges, or even say who they represent.
Yes.
But they talk like experts.
They look
you
really
sneeze, you're
cool,
all-
though.
Hours, not even days.
No!
They've made it all disappear. None of the
My sneeze
tourists
went
meet
away.
the same fate as the patient who died. Nobody from the area comes into the dentist's practice with the same symptoms, or living spines protruding from their gums.
I don't want to go
But
to
he
the
still
dentist
can't
again.
sleep. The dentist still can't get the image of the patient's face out of his head.
Neither
especially
can I,
in his
because you keep
nightmares.
showing me.
Why do we watch these SCP videos? Every time it spooks me out and I have nightmares and I can't sleep for a week and I always start cuddling up with Adam at night because it helps me sleep.
That's exactly why I make you watch them.
That is true. And also, we need to learn about the different bad things in the world so that we can protect ourselves better.
That's what SCP stands for.
Toothpicks?
From toothpicks, from the ocean, from ice cream trucks, from ice cream machines.
Ice cream trucks, that's a good one, remember?
Yeah,
Remember, Adam?
exactly. Yeah, from a bunch of different things.
Ice cream trucks are dangerous.
They are.
I still will roll the dice with an ice cream truck. It's worth it.
Weeks pass, turn into months that snowball into years. Early retirement and closing down
Oh, wow,
the
this
practice
guy
do
really
little
is
to
not
make the
doing
bad
well.
dreams
Ugh.
stop. And nothing provides answers to the lingering questions. What were those spiny parasites? Where had they come from?
Where did the wings
and
come
who were
from? They
those
just,
shady
like-
types who'd made it all go away?
Why would they not
The
wipe his
dentist
memory?
sits at a table alone, eating freshly cooked fish in the
that's
corner
why
of
is
an
it a
old
whole
restaurant
fish with
he
skin on
started
it
coming
still?
to
That
as
is
a way
nasty.
to try and
It's called
forget.
branzino.
Enjoy
He
a new
deserved
lease
the
on life.
toothpick.
That's what everyone told him he should do now that he didn't have to stare down plaque-riddled mouths
is
and
Jack.
pull rotting cavities anymore.
I've eaten that 5
That
different
is
times.
Jack.
Something pokes at his inner lip. The dentist freezes, heart twinging in his chest.
Is it a
The
bone?
feeling instantly conjures out the familiar,
Is it a
frightening
toothpick?
face.
No, it's
of
gotta
the
just be like
patient.
the ribs of
Is
the
this
fish,
how it
right?
starts? His tongue probes at the small, sharp
Please be a
object in his
bone.
mouth.
Please be
It
a
could just be an
bone.
ulcer.
It's a tiny
Please
fish
be a
bone.
bone.
Yeah,
lodged
see? Just a
between his
bone.
buttons.
It's happened to me
Jack,
many
you're
times.
so
The dentist
smart.
breathes a
It's happened
sigh
to me
of
a lot.
relief, chuckling softly to
Look, guys, I
himself,
think he's going to
feeling
walk out
his
of the
quickened
restaurant
pulse
and there's
calming
going to be
back down.
toothpicks. And then he's going to
He
have a
wiggles
panic
the
attack.
fish bone, trying to
Adam and I would never have been able to crack any of these codes without you, so I'm really glad you're back. Adam and I'd be like, what's going on?
You paused it on the tongue of all things?
Oh yeah, also guys, Jack had cancer on his tongue.
This image right here, it looks like we're on Mars.
Have you
Okay,
been
see,
to Mars?
This is why we needed you back so badly, Jack. Even the comments said it too. The comments were like, Alec and Adam are so dumb. They need Jack back because this is getting bad.
That was Jack's alt account.
The intelligence has arrived, okay? Me and, what is his name? Lord Commander of Space. We're gonna fact check you guys from here on out.
It was Galaxy Lord.
Galaxy Lord and me, we are back and we are better than ever.
to dislodge
gosh.
it, but it's wedged in tight.
That's probably
So
feeling
he reaches
good.
a hand out to a small pot on the table and picks up
No!
toothpick.
Oh, he's
Called
actually
it.
stupid.
Of all the anomalies kept securely contained by the SCP
dumb?
Foundation, few are as vile and unpleasant as SCP-611.
That's what I was saying.
For reasons that will quickly become apparent, the personnel at the Foundation have taken to
Wow.
referring to the creatures designated under SCP-611
How are they so
as the
deadly?
parasitic toothpicks.
They kinda
This
look
is a
friendly.
subspecies of Dermatobia hominis,
What?
otherwise known as the human botfly.
Oh,
Normal,
I've heard of
non-anomalous
these.
botflies belong to a
what-
family of insects called Ostridae that tend to lay eggs internally within
Yup.
mammals. Some
Humans
Ostridae
are
larvae
mammals,
will
Adam.
grow within the flesh of their host.
Oh, is that
Others will
lice?
develop
I had
within their
lice.
gut. Dermatobia hominis is the
I
only
was younger.
species within this family known to routinely parasitize human
God,
beings.
it is
so
Rather,
disgusting.
that was until the discovery of
It
SCP-611.
literally feeds on your body, and then the eggs hatch, and then they eat your body until they're big enough, and then they fly away.
Is that real? That's not an SCP. That's not just an SCP?
No, the fly is real, and the SCP might be real. We're not sure yet.
Adam, you would be able to host like 1 million of them because of how large your body is. Where's he going?
Adam is probably already hosting a small family of 7 flies. Oh, he's shutting his window. Very smart, actually. Is Adam in pajamas? Did he just wake up? Adam, have you left the house today? It is 4 p.m.
I just shut my window, and I am not going outside, and I don't plan to. These things are just
Botflies
flying
are very
around.
recognizably insects. Where SCP-611 differs is primarily in its use of a unique, highly specific form
I
of camouflage
don't like the
to
sounds
implant
that
its
it
eggs
makes.
into
They're like
human
squirming
hosts.
around a little bit.
As their colloquial moniker
I
implies,
still wanna put it in my
instances
mouth. I don't know
of
why.
SCP-611 will appear to the untrained eye
not the
to
first
be
time you said that.
ordinary wooden toothpicks.
It
It
looks
is
just-
unclear at what point in their life cycle SCP-611 takes on this appearance. However, once it does, it will fly around in search of a supply of toothpicks.
Got it. Write
Upon
it down.
finding
No
some,
more
it will land
toothpicks.
near or actually in amongst other toothpicks, at which point the SCP-611 instance will shed its wings, allowing its camouflaged appearance to become even more effective.
This thing is a genius.
After this
Okay,
has
that's
happened,
incredible.
the fly will enter a passive state, resting in a dormant condition for a maximum of 40 days.
That
If
is
the
what
presence
Alec
of an
does after he eats a full pizza
SCP-611
pie.
instance remains undetected for the duration of this amount of time, then all its life signs will cease and the fly will perish. However, should someone pick up and attempt to use what they think is a toothpick, but is actually an instance of SCP-611, then the next part of the parasite's life cycle will commence.
Yeah, how does it get in there? Does it lay eggs in their teeth?
I don't
must.
know. Who is picking up like random toothpicks that are just laid around the table? Are you serious?
I won't say any names, but
I only use the toothpicks that are individually wrapped.
No.
You'll just pick up random used toothpicks?
no, I didn't say it was me. I just had a stretch that I had to do.
Oh, okay.
They taste better used.
Well, yeah, sometimes they have gum on them.
I wouldn't know. I'm just saying, like, probably, hypothetically, theoretically, they probably do.
Yeah, they have flavors on them.
Gross.
The SCP-611 species survives by laying their eggs inside the gums of
That's what Jack's tongue
unsuspecting
looked
human
That's what I
hosts.
had.
Someone
I
who has
think
come
I
into
had this.
contact with an SCP-611 instance will initially notice no signs of invasion, nor will they experience
long
any
does it
adverse
take?
side
A few
effects.
months?
At least not until after
I'm gonna
several
guess 1
days.
week.
Oh, days. Okay.
Anywhere between 4 days and a
Oh,
full
she looks
week after
awful
I'm gonna ask
now.
4 days
the
and
SCP-611 eggs that have been deposited into a person's
They
mouth.
just grow into full toothpicks?
The newly hatched larvae will then burrow into the host's jaw, causing severe discomfort to whoever has been unlucky enough
Is it
to be
eating
implanted
through
with
it?
the eggs. The pain caused by
I
the
don't wanna
burrowing
look, but I can't
look away.
SCP-611
function
larvae
like
is
that?
sharp, intense, and continuous. Although given the
Oh
oral
my gosh.
location that they hatch in, this sensation can be wrongly attributed to toothache, a cavity, or some other form of pain caused by a dental
Yeah,
issue.
say a tongue cancer or
As the
something.
larvae burrow deeper into a person's jaw, they leave behind open internal wounds. These oral injuries can be prone to serious infections given the
Okay,
sheer
that's gotta
number of
hurt way
germs in the
more
human mouth.
than just like an ache.
When experiencing the
confirm.
pain of newborn SCP-611
There's
instances burrowing into
holes
the jaw,
in their tongue.
what is actually being
Look at that
felt by
thing.
the human host
It is
is the
burrowing.
larvae feeding.
It's like a mole.
Once they have consumed
Oh
a
my
sufficient
God.
amount, the larvae will
Croissant.
then exhibit another
croissant.
significant
They
difference
just
from
eat and
other
lay.
species
They
of
eat and
botfly.
lay. All they do is
enter
eat
a
and
pupa
lay.
stage between the immature and mature points of their life cycle, similar to the pupa seen when some caterpillars mature into
I hate
butterflies.
that
However,
they're
in the case
comparing
of
this to real life animals.
SCP-611, the parasitic toothpick does
means that
not
it's actually
require
out
a
there.
protective outer shell, a chrysalis, during its pupa
Oh,
stage.
why'd they have to cut to
It
that?
is protected by the body of its human host. As a larva matures into a fully grown SCP-611 fly, Its body will grow longer, and its outer exoskeleton will harden.
Wow.
This continues until
Wow.
the now adult anomalous botfly's body is long and thin,
my God.
and sharp enough to punch through the skin of the human being it has grown inside.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
How was this a thing when toothpicks didn't exist?
There must be a recent invention.
Who invented them?
Wouldn't you like to know?
These are the questions that need to be answered if we're gonna figure out how to solve this.
Comment down below if you know who invented the parasitic toothpick.
This is, by all accounts, excruciatingly painful for those unfortunate to be used as hosts for developing SCP-611 instances.
Yikes.
The pointed, toothpick-like parasites will extrude from beneath the outer surface of the jaw until they have pierced the skin of the host's face, allowing the newly matured SCP-611
Okay, they already showed it in the beginning. They don't need to show it again.
Upon reaching maturity, adult
Wait, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. What's that one massage where you stab needles in you?
Acupuncture.
So this is like maybe this is a good thing. It's like acupuncture. It's toothpick-upuncture. Not bad. Some people would probably like this. This could be enjoyable to some people that are really into acupuncture.
Are you saying you want this to happen to you?
I wouldn't mind trying it.
Jack.
And if I like it, I double down and get toothpick-upuncture.
You see what I was dealing with, Jack, while you were gone? I'm so
It is
glad you're
a
back.
miracle that you guys are still around. It is incredible that you guys are still here. I'm so surprised. I'm surprised that you guys haven't tried to like toothpick each other at this point.
One still possess their wings, only losing them once having found a suitable supply of toothpicks to hide amongst.
How does it know?
Once they have exited their host, the parasitic toothpicks will hover freely through the air,
wonder
seeking
where
out
its
other
brain
members
is.
of its species
I was
to
just
mate
thinking
with.
that. Where's the brain? Where's
There
the
are
stomach?
no
How does
discernible
it
differences
consume
between any
things?
two instances of SCP-611.
Wait, they're about to mate.
Suggesting
they're all
that
male.
each individual of these botflies is neither male
Aw.
nor female.
Oh, never
I
mind.
kind of like them now.
SCP Foundation researchers have consulted experts in entomology and even those within the Foundation's own ranks who specialize in anomalous parasitology.
Why does the white guy
and
not
all
have any,
evidence
like,
correlates.
net?
This is widely considered to be highly unusual for
He
members of
can't
an
be
insect
infected.
population.
Oh.
Given that the
Genetically.
SCP-611 species doesn't appear to exhibit any indicators of any biological sexes, this has led to speculation among research personnel that these parasites may not be a naturally occurring phenomenon.
See, somebody
Further
invented
investigation
them.
proposals are still pending review and approval.
It could
from
be
the Ethics
Dr.
Committee and the
Wondertainment.
O5 Council.
I didn't know you
with some
could,
Foundation
though.
Wait,
staff
Jack,
Dr.
that's so true.
Wondertainment
That's so
to
true.
look
makes
further into the origins
SCPs.
of SCP-611.
That's what I'm saying. This has to be a recent SCP that was created by some mad scientist because toothpicks have not been around for hundreds or even probably 30 years. They probably were invented in the past 40 years, toothpick. And there's not even that many toothpicks. Who actually uses toothpicks that often? This should not be a problem. And when people use toothpicks, it's usually in restaurants where they're individually wrapped. So how would they get in the packaging?
Dirt boy cooking, dirt boy cooking.
Why would someone make it though? Just because they're pure evil and they want people to die and suffer?
That was
Why
an
would-
accident.
Like, what's the point?
Exactly.
It could be both.
Somebody wants people to pass away. Clearly.
Yeah.
That's kind of mean.
I kind of want it to burrow in my belly button over my mouth.
There has been growing concern that some person, group of interest, or other entity could be responsible for genetically engineering the parasitic toothpicks, or creating this botfly subspecies through some other anomalous means.
That's our guy.
It seems implausible that these parasites were able to adapt and evolve to perfectly imitate toothpicks, especially since
saying.
humans have only used these in the previous few centuries. Many at the Foundation consider it to be highly suspect that an entire subspecies could develop in
Very
that short amount of
sus.
time.
It was
unless
clearly
there was
made in
some
Ohio.
direct involvement by another party guiding the evolution of SCP-611.
Kind of looks like Alec a few years back.
Further testing with SCP-611 is still required in order to determine whether their evolution occurred naturally or as the result of deliberate tampering or engineering. However, in the interim, this has done little to belay speculation among Foundation staff. The theories range wildly among different personnel. One states that SCP-611 could be the result of intentional, experimental crossbreeding between botflies performed by members of the Deer College, given their subdimensional locale.
All right.
teaching
They need
of
to calm down
This
a
is
little
a
bit.
stretch.
I don't like
Others
this.
have posited that the parasitic toothpicks were developed by Prometheus Labs
Oh, I
Incorporated,
could see that.
who have
Makes
a
more
long
sense.
history of creating anomalies
Yes.
without the Foundation's knowledge or oversight.
I believe in that.
Regardless of who exactly created them, the mature instances of SCP-611 need to be successful in finding a partner in order for the species to survive.
So guys, do you think that, so when people use their toothpicks, right, it's mostly for your mouth, but what if they use the SCP toothpick in different areas of their body?
Adam, we understand you want to put this in your belly button. Do not, and I repeat, do not put a toothpick near your belly button. You're going to use your left pinky to get the stuff out of your belly button, and that's it.
I'm trying to say I only use toothpicks to pick stuff out of areas that are in my mouth.
We understand, and I've told you like freaking 50 times, don't do that.
I'm going to keep doing it.
To shorten this, though, as the primary adult phase of their life cycle only lasts for a maximum of 72 hours in total. During which time, they need to seek out another of their kind,
How do
then
they
carry
mate?
eggs to a suitable place to
don't.
camouflage
They're not
themselves.
boy or girl.
Anomalous entomology
No, they said they
researchers
mate.
at the Foundation have suggested that their
created.
rapid life cycle after leaving their human hosts might mean that there are a larger population of SCP-611 instances than initially thought. However,
Where?
the location where their presence is thought to be more concentrated has been redacted from the
toothpick factory?
SCP Foundation's files.
It's got to be the
The
toothpick
SCP
factory.
Foundation first encountered the parasitic toothpicks at an undisclosed time post the year 2000. The exact
Oh, they're
location of
recent.
the initial encounter with the anomalous botflies still
ocean.
remains classified,
No.
although it has been confirmed to have occurred somewhere in New Mexico.
ocean.
Whether this is the point of origin for SCP-611 is still widely debated, however. There are known to be other species of botflies documented
Whoa,
in New
was that a
Mexico.
belly button?
In particular,
It could be.
those
I
that
think that was
lay
a belly
eggs
button.
in rabbits. But the presence of other
I think it was
botfly
a rabbit.
species that use human hosts for their larvae is unconfirmed.
Wait, do you guys know where those botflies are, like, common? Like, where are they?
I think North America,
What-
South America,
what part of North
Libya.
America?
Libya.
Libya, probably.
I need to know which states to avoid.
Let me just see. Human botfly, Mexico, Northeast Argentina.
Why'd you say Argentina like that?
He put a little spice on that Argentina.
He got a little tongue roll on that thing.
Texas,
He's really working that tongue.
Brazil.
Okay, so we're good.
That's about it. Yeah.
Mostly
Don't
South
go
America.
south. Yeah, whatever you do, do not go south of the border.
Seems like they like it warm. So,
Unless you're
so does
hungry.
ours.
Before the Foundation arrived at the scene, a local dentist had been contacted by a group of tourists. They had only recently arrived in New Mexico,
They
all
look
complaining
terrible.
of suffering from
Just get the
severe tooth
flamethrower
pain
out.
and intense
What?
stabbing sensations in their
They're
jaws.
humans.
It is still unknown
Put the
where these
toothpicks in there.
tourists had
Burn 'em.
been prior to their arrival in New Mexico.
Agreed.
Alec.
You gotta do what you
given
gotta
that they
do
were
to
all
save the
infected
population
when they
from the
contacted
toothpicks.
dentist, it stands to reason they were infected either on arrival to the state or just prior to traveling there. Discovering that each of the tourists was carrying parasite larvae, the
There's gotta be
horrified
some
dentist
cream they can
quickly
rub on that
contacted
thing.
the Centers for Disease Control.
Who does
They
he
were
even
quick
call?
to ascertain that this infestation was
man.
far
That guy.
beyond even their expertise,
He looks confused,
prompting
too.
SCP agents embedded within the CDC to contact the Foundation. Stepping in to take control of the developing situation, the SCP Foundation was able to isolate the tourist group and offer them treatment.
Oh, good.
The
here we go.
SCP-611 larvae
They're able
were
to kill it.
removed before they could cause
Nice.
any permanent damage or fatal infections in the host.
It is solvable.
Through interviews with the tourists, Foundation agents were able to trace the outbreak of parasitic
Yeah,
toothpicks
on the right
to a
kinda looks
local
like you, Alec.
restaurant, which had been unwittingly playing host to SCP-611 instances for approximately a month. Every employee at the restaurant was
Guy in the
rounded
middle kinda
up
looks
and
like you,
given
Alec.
Class A amnestics.
Guy on the left
before
looks like
each
you,
of their
Adam.
patrons also received a visit from the
That was
Foundation.
a woman.
Those who had also
Exactly.
been made into hosts for SCP-611 eggs or larvae were similarly treated and then given amnestics to forget their contact with the parasites.
Oh,
While the vast
That's smart.
majority
They Men in
of
Black
those
to
were removed
red
before
laser
they were
them.
able to fully mature and
They should have
leave
did
their
that with the
hosts,
first dentist.
Some had already caused extensive damage. Multiple deaths were recorded in the area, attributed to a subsequent SCP-611 infestation that had occurred. Ever since
God.
their discovery, SCP-611 instances have been kept securely contained by the SCP Foundation. In accordance with special containment procedures, any instances of SCP-611 are to be sealed within their enclosure at all times. In order to keep the
Good.
parasites alive,
Keep 'em
the
locked.
specimens are provided a single piece of rotting meat per week, as per their dietary requirements. Based on the findings of Foundation
That looks like a
researchers,
human tongue.
the parasitic
That is
toothpicks
definitely
get the
tongue.
most sufficient nutrition from beef tongue that has been aged at room temperature.
Jack, put that down, Jack. Put that
So this
down.
is specifically why I use
Maintained
a
by
golf
single
tee as my
SCP
toothpick.
Foundation technician that specializes
Smart.
in insect care.
So smart.
When performing any and all duties within the enclosure, technicians are required to wear a full biohazard suit at all times in order to prevent a potential SCP-611 infestation.
Play it
The
safe. I
temperature
like
of the
it.
enclosure is to be lowered to 10 degrees Celsius during routine maintenance, so as to lower the activity level of SCP-611 instances inside.
Very smart.
Then, afterwards, when the technician has concluded their maintenance, their biohazard suits are to be thoroughly sterilized. and with good reason. One recorded failure to follow the SCP-611 containment procedures took place on an undisclosed date referred to as Incident 611-1. According to the Foundation incident report,
I bet some
this
eggs got
occurred
onto
when
that
a
suit.
technician's biohazard
Oh my
suit
gosh.
wasn't correctly sterilized following
Yep.
maintenance on the SCP-611
How did you know? Adam is a
enclosure.
genius.
Thanks to the lack of proper sterilization,
ruined the entire
3
thing.
instances of
One guy, that's all it takes.
SCP-611 were able to escape containment.
There's going to be the
Fortunately,
craziest
2
outbreak.
were found quickly afterwards, seemingly attempting to get back
What about
to the
the
other
one?
specimens, as the 2 escaped SCP-611 instances were found tapping against the glass of the
Can
observation
you
room
kill
that
them by
looks
like
into the
snapping
enclosure.
them in half?
Unfortunately, though,
Probably.
one of the
I
parasites.
wonder, like, what if it went into the hard to destroy SCP? Would it be able to kill it?
No, the hard to destroy reptile, he can adapt to any situation, you know, so he would just adapt and then he would survive.
But he'd probably get even stronger because they're just going to give him toothpick teeth as well, on top of all the other superpowers that he has.
This is true.
It really seemed like you were about to say something
thought
else
you were
there,
about to say
but
something
okay.
else.
This is true.
It actually wouldn't give him extra strength because it's toothpicks as teeth. You idiot. Teeth.
SCP toothpicks, though. Maybe they're super strong.
This is true.
Acidic toothpicks
Glad you're back,
was able
Jack.
to make it to on-site
Thanks,
break
guys.
room 13.
Very insightful
There,
stuff
it
there.
was able to find a supply of
just gotta
toothpicks
say it
to
how it is.
camouflage itself amongst, and was then picked up and used by an unsuspecting member of
kidding?
Why are
personnel
they
shortly
using
afterwards.
toothpicks this often?
This led to several eggs.
course.
being
Just
play it
implanted
safe
by
and never use a
specimens,
toothpick, then you're fine.
resulting
He
in
got
larvae
impregnated by a
burrowing into their
toothpick.
jaw and eventually bursting out from beneath their skin.
Of course.
The new
I'm not even
population
surprised
of
anymore.
SCP-611 instances created by this infestation resulted in a redacted number of deaths. and an
Probably
even higher
70.
rate of severe mandible
Minus
trauma.
1.
Several staff required urgent medical treatment for extreme facial.
Alec, this guy is in pain. What the heck, bro?
Alec. I was about to say he looks like you too.
Look at that guy.
Guys, stop. He went through serious trauma.
Oh, that's good. Wow, he looks just like you, Adam.
He's drooling too. Yeah, poor
Yeah.
guy.
Oh no, the toothpicks got me. Oh, the toothpicks. Oh no.
I can't have high
was caused
cholesterol
by the
catch up with you,
sudden
Alec.
exit of multiple matured SCP-611
Adam, what does your
flies.
belly button look like?
Those who survived their injuries would return to work
Probably
at the Foundation.
terrible.
Some still with the use of their jaws. Following Incident
pretty hairy right
611-1, the Foundation saw it prevalent to move the SCP-611 enclosure to a lower level of the facility the specimens were kept at. This placed them further away from any mess halls and break rooms,
They should just
where they
kill
could
them.
potentially hide among toothpicks, ready to start another new infestation.
Burn
As
all
an
the
additional measure to
toothpicks.
avoid any future accidental SCP-611 exposure to staff, no food products are permitted on the same level as the new location of the enclosure.
Just get rid of the toothpick.
Any personnel who suspect a possible containment breach, or they might have contracted any SCP-611 larvae, are to report to a Foundation-assigned dental examiner for an oral hygiene check and anti-parasitic
I'd be
treatment
going every
when
day.
needed.